Hello. 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 My name is Smokesteve, and this is the pub. Welcome, everybody. As I've said before, it doesn't make any sense. Thanks for coming out. See if you can pick this one out. It's hidden far away, and someday I may tell a metal tangle went into your world I fell. Without you I wander, soaking, secretly afraid. And in the past the fears don't last, but some of them have stayed. I wheeled around because I didn't hear what you had said. Saw you dancing with you up on Nemo's bed, and I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car, blinding belt and closes me, a sample in the jar. One more verse. And the market stands unfolding with their willies and their wares, and I shuffle by alert but numb to all the glances and the glares. And I think you're kneeling, times I raise my cup. It's now I know that you knew that I'd soon end up. I wheeled around because I didn't hear what you had said. Saw you dancing with you up on your bed, and I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car, binding belt and closes me on a sample in a jar. All right, anyone pick that? Yeah, Fish, right on, Last Dance. It's a great tune. Trey wrote it, I believe. It's about losing a girlfriend because he had a substance drinking problem, and he basically was getting shit-faced and gets stuck in a car with the binding belt is the seat belt, whatever. Great tune. A lot of chords, funky chords. Kind of hard to play and sing at the same time, but I don't sing all that well anyway, so I just concentrate on the chords. Bucks Corp, Last Dance, Dippy Derek, what's up, everybody? Georgie, how you doing, man? Fat Belly. Who else we got here? Paul. I said Last Dance. Everybody's here. Right on. Welcome. I believe I put the link in the description, so anyone feels motivated, they could go ahead and come on along. I think we'll roll up a joint while I sit here and ponder the yonder. Atomic Waster, what's going on, guy? Thanks, man. With the grinder, aerospace grinder. Happens to be the same one as my favorite internet stoner, Urban Remo, uses. Not by copy, just by chance. I don't buy grinders just because I see people using them on the internet. In fact, somebody gave this to me, I believe. Thanks, Bucks. Appreciate it, man. All good. I'm going to twist up a joint ski, get rolling here. Pretty good show last week. I was a little low energy. I've been a lot worn out these days, so sorry if I come across that way. But I do very much enjoy being here. Thank you guys for coming. Joint roll. Yeah, maybe it's going to be a thing now, George. What the hell? We've got like 3 hours to kill here and make it that kind of pub, you know? Get my little notepad. I was randomly taking notes last week. Hello, William. Welcome, William Collyshaw. Yeah, I hear you, fat belly. Yeah, it's just a lot going on. The winter, the shit, you know. Can't seem to get ahead with this world we're living in sometimes, like everybody. It sucks. I hear you. Anyways, yeah, it's been a pretty wild week. Obviously, Biden's in 3 days ago. So his pen signing is going fast and furious. He's changing a lot of the things that Trump had enacted or basically whatever the opposite of enacted is. So Biden's doing what Trump did, and many presidents do. Obviously, they undo what their predecessor did if they can with the signature. A lot of the environmental stuff. Biden had jumped right on the Keystone Pipeline, which is such a highly politicized thing already. There's already a massive pipeline that goes from Canada to Texas. It's pretty goddamn big. Deregulated. There you go. Good one. So it kind of cuts over towards the Great Lakes in that direction. Then it comes straight down to Texas. So how do I explain it? So the new Keystone XL line is going to take out the angle, be a straight shot from Canada to Texas. And on top of that, be a significantly larger pipe. I think 800,000 barrels a day, I believe is the number I heard, which is staggering amount. But it comes from sand. I believe they call it a bitumen or something along those lines, where it's oil mixed in with sand, and it's thick, sludgy shit that they basically pump down through the pipe to Texas to the refineries and refine it into gasoline and what are the various other things that they have can make from it. So the one that exists now, I think it was 2010, there was a 1 million gallon rupture that flooded I think it's called the Kalamazoo River. And yeah, when you see 1 million gallons of oil in a freshwater, river environment like that, it's pretty fucking staggering, man. Although when you think about 1 million gallons, I think it was 1 million gallons. I can never remember. Barrels would be significantly more. It's not that much in the grand scheme of things. But it certainly looked like a lot when you saw that river. It was all black. So I understand that we need the oil. We need the gas. Society, the world society runs on it. So, yeah, I obviously love the environment and I don't want to see the environment get destroyed, but I don't want people to lose their jobs. It's just a whole fucking shit show, you know? So it's a tough one. George says he is politically hibernating. Come out before 2022. Yeah, I hear you, George. It's kind of set right now. Until then, at least, there's not much. There may have been, yeah, from the pipeline. There was the one that was over closer to Florida. I'm not sure. That was the British Petroleum, BP. That was a massive leak. Yeah, that happened in the ocean. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it because the river and, riparian environment, inland, there's obviously not as extensive as the ocean. When you see the oil inland in a river like that, a freshwater river, it just looked so much larger than than maybe it really was. But it's just a tough one. Maybe if anyone else has. Oh, that's funny. See a shadow. All right, I'm gonna let a couple people on here. 2 at the same time. Last Dance and Cypher This. How you doing, guys?
Hey, all right. How are you?
It's good. It's very, very good.
Good.
Yeah, that offshore, the deep water well that went tits up, that was horrible. I mean, it was just so depressing to watch it. How long was it open? Like for 2 months?
It's terrible.
It was just absurd. I mean, it was, and then of course it impacted the entire swath, of the Gulf shores, all the way from, the western side of the Florida Peninsula, all the way around to Texas. It was just, a big, huge fish and bird kill, and other animals, dolphin were dying, everything was dying.
Yeah,
but
terrible.
Gulf sort of cleaned itself up pretty good.
The depth of it had helped. I think a lot of it settled on the bottom. But it did recover quickly. When you saw some of the scenes from back then, it seemed like that was it. It's over. Some of those North Florida towns, on the coast up there, and they just looked so fucked, man. But it came back.
Yeah, pretty good.
It rebounded, and the fishery is as good as ever. Redfish and everything. It's all doing well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's awesome. But
the Cajun cooking industry survived.
Right. I mean, we have to have gas and oil. There's no two ways around it. It's just that we hope that it can be done safely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The accidents, the spills, the accidents that are spills they impact the environment pretty bad. That's my brother is basically a high level. He's not a political activist. He's basically a legal, he's a legal analyst who basically, is part of the statutory, he helps to design the statutory framework of environmental law, especially in Florida. So he's not a big honcho. He's not like highly connected up there in the appointments that, that governors and what's the next level down from governors, just the different agencies. He's not appointed to any agencies, but he's very much, he was in it. He was a grant writer for one of the University of Florida Law School divisions. He was very involved at that division, and I don't want to get too. I want to, break too much of the confidentiality of who he is. But
you're almost going to dox him. One more word, and you'll.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting ready to dox my own brother. That's really kidneys. Yeah.
You sound proud of your brother. I wonder how.
Oh well, it's.
I wonder how he describes you.
It's a mixed bag. Believe me. I believe. I have to stuff my intellect and my emotions when I'm around him because he's an insufferable prick sometimes.
I'm gonna guess he's younger than you, or
oh no, he's older brother.
Is he? Wow, an older brother who's an insufferable prick. That's a little more rare. Usually, it's the young ones like me.
He's part of the, I consider Gainesville to be the San Francisco of the Southeast.
Okay.
And it's just, I mean, he's an integral part of Hogtown. One of its nicknames is Hogtown, Hogge, TOWN. I think they put an E on the end, Hogtown. And they're hipsters, they're hippie hipsters, and it's a different culture. And I'm just, it totally culturally different than him and intellectually different. The last, career I had, the white collar career, everything I did was production. That was literally one of the titles for an insurance agent is a producer. So all I did was produce business. And, he's exactly the opposite. He's all, super duper ethically based in environmental stuff. So
interesting.
Yeah, sort of.
Let me see here. Not to break subject, but just reading a comment here from Chris. run for office posting shows from my church. Interesting, Chris Lucas. Well, welcome. That sucks that they're deleting your shit, man. Sorry to hear that.
Welcome to 2020/2021 world of censorship.
Right. I know.
You must have said something prohibited.
Yeah, I don't know. That's facetious, right?
At the sidebar. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at the sidebar. Something caught my eye. I'm not laughing at, what's being talked about with the person who is being censored.
You're allowed to laugh without explaining it.
No, I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't think it's funny that if that's true and that person's running for political office and they're very conservative and have legitimate religious beliefs, it's not appropriate that they're being shut down on social media. They deserve to have some platform somewhere. So
exactly.
Yeah,
and many people we know have been shut down for just pretty much being conservative.
Yep.
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
I have a new guy here. He looks legit. I think he's of age, so I'll give him a try.
Hold your breath.
Me ha metido. Hello.
¿Qué pasa, cabrón?
Hey.
How you doing, man? Welcome.
Sorry, what?
How old are you? Just curious.
I am 19.
All right.
cool.
It's close, but
Well, good evening. Hopefully it's the evening where you are.
I am from Spain.
Oh,
Nice.
outstanding.
cool, man.
Yeah. Where are you from? England, more or less, I think. Could be.
Well, I believe everybody on screen now is in the U.S., but a lot of the
The US.
a lot of the people in the chat are in the
my
UK. One of them is in Germany,
German.
Mhm.
and so it's an international pub.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It really is. That's great.
And you're in Spain, so
Yeah, Spain is beautiful.
Are you drinking coffee too, cabron?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, cheers with the
Yeah.
coffee.
Cheers.
someone from Ireland too.
Yeah. May I ask how you heard about it? Cabron, how'd you hear about this?
Well, I was looking at live stream, and I found yours.
Cool.
Like it was like totally spontaneous.
Oh, random. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
very
cool.
random. Yeah.
Nice, man.
No, but I was listening to you, and I was like engaging the time. I was like 5 minutes, and then I saw that you have a link, and I wanted to join like this conversation.
Sure.
That's very nice.
Cool, man.
Well, we the subjects we talk about are kind of random. So,
Yeah.
So you're in the right place if random is something you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think I'm in the right place with the right people right now.
There you go.
Well, good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Be comfortable. I hope you're comfortable.
I'm gonna
I'm
bring in
good.
somebody so he doesn't have to wait to open his beer. Hey,
Oh,
Hey, Fit.
How you doing?
Now he's Aphid the Great. It's,
Aphid left the okay. We'll see how you do today before we add the great label to you.
this is crazy.
Self-appointed.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
I have self-appointments.
yeah,
Am I in focus? Can you see my individual beard hairs?
you look good.
Sort of, yeah. You're a little far away.
Yeah.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. See, I can.
You have a great
You're
beard.
not in focus, actually.
No, you actually are out of focus.
Yeah, you need to back up a
Something's
little.
wrong.
Are you in manual?
Your camera is auto-focusing on the displays behind you, I think.
Yep.
There you go.
But
That's good.
you do music, no?
No.
Little further, dude. A little further.
Hold on.
Focus on the microphone, basically.
But what are you doing there?
We're
Oh.
engaged. We're indulging Aphid there to get himself in focus,
I
and
think
then
Cabron's
we'll shift back to all five of us. in a
Cabron's
second.
trying to figure out what
There you
the
go.
glass enclosed nerve center is, and Aphid lives
That's right.
out there.
That's right.
He doesn't produce music. He just collects monitors.
Well, you guys were talking about saving the planet, and I was showing you how I waste the energy of this planet.
That's
Right. 1 milliamp at a time.
That's right.
Hey, do you remember the Kalamazoo oil spill from the pipeline in the mid 2000s? Aphid?
Yeah, there's been
Es que no me
several
entero
pretty
tampoco,
good.
tío. Es muy complicado enterarme de todo esto.
Oh,
Is that the,
what's-
it's not the Keystone
Sorry. I
Pipeline.
was talking to my mother. It's
oh,
like,
you're fine.
Oh,
It's
that's
allowed.
right.
It's
sorry,
allowed.
sorry. When I'm going to talk, I'm going to mute. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Other
That's
people.
fine.
When you speak in Spanish, we will not assume that that's addressed to us.
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
So
but I
Spaniard?
have one question
Is that
Yes.
rude?
Yeah.
Is that
to I don't know how to pronounce
aphid lip. Aphid
Aphid
lip.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is like your job, or it's like music things or what?
No,
You have a
it's
music
just
studio.
no, it's just like devices. Well, it started out with like just broken stuff that was in my closets, and I was like, oh, and it was just like 2, 3, 4, an old computer I whipped together,
Sí.
and then I just got further and further,
That's right.
and then soon I was like searching
yes.
for people that had broken phones, and I was like, well, even if the screen's just cracked, if I show like old clips of videos or photos I've taken over the years, it would still work as like a photo frame. So all that stuff was just sitting on devices and
Se
sitting
está
in.
jugando un porro uno al otro.
sitting in
Okay.
things.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
Okay.
Who's got the
It's like-
dog?
Oh, man,
I
come on,
was.
Cinnamon.
You have a dog? Oh my god.
Is he squeaking away?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take away Cinnamon's fun, but
No,
you
Cinnamon.
counted
Oh, it's so
STFU.
It's so disgusting. It's been outside in
Oh,
the dirt
God.
and mud.
You know,
Oh.
Aphid, that really wasn't a good story. He Cabron thought you might be some big time music producer or
Right.
Yeah, no. Sorry to let
producer
you
of
know.
some kind. Yeah.
But I am Aphid Lip the Great. So that's better than all those. That's better than all those things
Bro,
anyway.
Turns out he's just a collector of random junk that most people throw in the landfill.
That's right. I'm the one that picks through your garbage at
That's
night.
right.
That's right.
I mean, I have old not burner phones, just old regular phones. And,
Burner phones.
I
Where
wouldn't-
after you do those, drop those dead bodies in the woods.
Oh my
I don't know, even knowing you at the casual level that I do, I don't know if I'd give you my old phones. I don't know.
I'll look
right.
through that. No, actually, you know what? Surprisingly enough, a lot of times when you buy devices like iPads and stuff, they're not reset, and you're like, really? I mean, my first thought is there's all these pictures and stuff, and I'm like, well, should I try to let them know? Hey, look, all these. Do you have a copy of all this stuff? But usually I just delete it right away because I'm not interested in it anyway.
You don't want to be aphid lip the identity thief.
Yeah. Well, if it was somebody that was interesting, like I went up to their house and it was like, oh, these guys are into some crooked stuff. I'm gonna look and see what they're up to. But most of the time, it's just average people and they got average stuff. Bad photos that are taken with their phone. Because it's mostly phones. That they can't get started back up, and all it is something simple that you can just reformat it and it's good to go.
Yeah, the fucking charger ports always seem to fry on Samsung phones.
Yeah.
And then you're screwed. You have to buy like just the contact charger, whatever they call those. That you just sit it on top of the thing and it charges.
Right.
But you're right. That is probably the simplest fix in the world.
The cracked screen. And I get it. If I get a crack in my screen, I'm like, I don't want that anymore. It's like such a bummer every time you look at it, and you're looking at it all day, and you're like trying to avoid the crack.
Yeah, and when you go to show someone a picture, they immediately think you're a total
they judge
drunk.
you.
Oh, this is drug addict drunk with a broken phone.
Right.
Yeah, I know. My sister's phone always fucking broken, always.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand it. I can't be, because that's face it, at least for me, that's the device I use by far, 10 times to 1 over anything else that I use is my phone.
Yeah, I hear you. I have not seen my brother make any comments. I don't know if anyone else has, but so no, haven't.
Hey, Cabron, can you see the sidebar? The people chatting on the sidebar? You're muted. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, here.
The last comment on that I'm seeing is one is speaking, writing in Spanish from Ecuador. Yeah.
He's writing
Yeah.
in Spanish. Maybe I can translate.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Hola desde. He says hello from Ecuador. Ecuador is the country.
Sure.
I would have never
know?
guessed that.
There you go.
Deste.
Well,
That's-
no. Ecuador is his name. Sorry.
His
Okay.
name is Ecuador.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he
thought-
says hello. My name is Ecuador.
Huh?
I
So that
thought it
wouldn't
said-
Wouldn't that be me amo? He's not saying me amo Ecuador. Me amo
Hola.
Ecuador.
No, but you can say like hola. Hola.
Hello.
Des. It's like an expression.
Yes.
Okay.
It's another way of saying
Like an
I.
expression.
Ecuador.
Here in Spain, yes. I don't
Okay.
know if in,
Okay.
I don't know if in other...
I guess he's saying ha ha ha. So true. Okay.
Okay.
I thought he was saying it's hot here by the equator. Guess I was wrong.
Oh, there goes your unit job as a translator. Nathan.
No.
All right. Biscuit with his fucking brand new wireless headphones is having audio problems.
Yeah.
Come on, homeboy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Crack out the old school.
The conure probably, picked at the wires or something.
Right.
Hey, Biscuit, do your testing on your time.
Right. Yeah, use the wired ones totally. Jesus, we got all kinds of people coming up here. Random. How many? 36.
I told you last week I was, going back to work a little bit, and I'm basically working from home. I'm, doing contracts. I still have the license that I told you about the past career. I still have that license active, and I'm just doing part-time work pretty much on my time. I log in and sign in when I feel like it, and it's very simple, and it feels good, to be back in the business world, just in a casual way. It's nice. Wake my brain up a little bit instead of just, jabbering at people on Live Leak and doing insultathons.
Right. Yeah, I know. All right.
Peter,
What?
do you work? Are you working in law things?
In what?
In law, like you're a lawyer or
No,
something?
insurance.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to buy some insurance?
Exactly.
No, I don't,
Yeah.
because I don't know a lot. Like
Aside
I
for this,
only
we'll
want to
talk
know,
you up for
like,
another hour. And you'll
I don't know
Right.
what if you all work in the same place or
No.
it's only two.
No, it's just basically I can't work for myself because working for oneself in the insurance business, you have to have what's it called, errors and omissions insurance. You have to have a business license, active. There's hoops to jump through that are overhead. They involve expenses. So basically, I'm just coming in under someone else's operations.
I thought you were going to say you can't work for yourself because then your boss would be a jerk.
Yeah, that would be true. Meaning that I would be a jerk. Yes,
Just kidding.
I am sometimes a jerk.
I've never
More than
seen
not.
you be a jerk.
Yeah, well, you know how I am on Live Leak, but in person, I'm always fairly,
Do you know
judicious
Kelly?
and
Civil.
Kelly. I don't know. It was like somebody that I think that somebody named Kelly in the chat. I don't know. I saw
Was
it.
it Azarino? I think, is that the last name you're thinking of?
I don't know.
I saw
don't know.
somebody like that. There was a name like Azarino or something like that. Or
Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, I don't know.
I
that
don't
person.
see Kelly.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Fat Belly. Fat Belly?
Who wrote that?
Closest.
Oh, what did I do here? Okay.
Who wrote Fat Belly?
No, there's a guy named Fat Belly.
He goes by Kelly, though.
He's from Northern Ireland. He is a real spiteful bastard, but I love him.
okay,
He's
okay.
awesome.
He is hilarious, though,
He is.
as long as you're not the target.
Right. Well, we had some people down below here, but
Pues.
they split before I got them on.
Oh.
I mean, 30 seconds, I just need a little time sometimes.
You're engaged,
Right.
So,
In fact, one
No,
of them
yeah,
was
yeah.
One of them, my brother, was down there, and apparently I waited too long for my own brother. Chris, you're not allowed to bash Trump in certain ways.
Well, I haven't found that to be true.
Yeah, that.
Well, here we don't care if you bash Trump.
He's talking about Trump, Donald Trump, or Donald Trump.
Bash whoever you want, you know.
Do you have a
If it gets
political?
too bad, we'll say something. But usually
Just don't
we
bash us.
Yeah,
please.
but you have no
There's no
political
place.
opinion?
Yeah, we're very
From
very tender-hearted.
Well, there's various opinions here between us. There's Trump haters, there's people in the middle of the road, and there's people who like Trump out of the four of us. So you'll see.
Yeah,
all
Alan's going to get me in
sides here.
trouble over there on the sidebar. Oh,
So you don't.
violence!
You position like for
Start
Trump
a file on that guy.
or for Biden, like.
Oh, I think we're mostly on the right here, but Aphid Lip is center left. And
That's right.
Aphid clearly stated on more than one occasion that he was not a fan of Biden either. So
right. That's why I said center left.
center left, yeah.
Center
got
left.
you.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I have great respect for Aphid Lip and his wise opinions. So,
Oh. Come on, you know how I blush.
except when he disagrees with me, then he's a jerk.
You worked on your backdrop, didn't you? Last Dance. I'm liking.
I decided-
I'm liking what you got.
Yeah, I was kind of looked like I was like slouching because I was.
Well,
slouching.
and occasionally we get a nice crotch shot from you too.
yeah, that and no charge either.
Oh, brother B, what's going on?
I don't know. You guys can't
Rookie
see it, right?
in the dark.
It's blank.
No,
See nothing.
Yeah,
Except his name.
Yeah.
unless he's camouflaged as the background, then he's doing a great job.
Okay, let's
It's
try
the
it
black
again.
man.
So, Cabron, how much does the U.S. election impact your news in Spain? You hear a lot about it, or people just don't care?
About what? Sorry, I wasn't hearing well. My Wi-Fi
Well, I
is
was-
like very bad.
I'm sorry. I was just curious how much of the U.S. election and U.S. politics you hear about in Spain.
Here in Spain. No?
Now, how much do you hear? Like, do you hear a lot on the news?
Yes. Yeah.
You ever heard of Trump?
Yeah,
Right.
no, I know about Trump and Biden, yes. But like here in Spain, we have a canal called La Zorra, that is like always putting news about when the
Channel.
elections time, about
Yeah,
Trump,
channel.
Biden. Like it's always like talking about that shit.
That shit.
So-
You
No,
did
it's
say
not.
that shit, right?
Yes, because for me, I'm from Spain. I don't care a lot.
Right,
Like,
right.
Good answer.
like-
Well, no, that was very
if
accurate.
It's Trump, okay. If it's Biden, well, okay. For me, it's not my
Right,
problem.
Right,
Right.
It's more
Right.
American problems.
Good for you.
Yes.
right.
You how's are you locked down right now, Cabron? Are you inside quarantine?
No. I am here in Spain. We are great. We have where I live. We don't have a lot of quarantine, a lot of COVID, so we can go out there to the. I don't know how to say it, to the cinema, to the
Yeah. cinema.
to the putillas, to the I don't know how to say it.
No.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Restaurant?
Are you guys hearing me okay?
Brothel?
Yeah.
Top
Okay, I'm a sidebar comment saying, did I have audio problems? Mic not working.
He's teasing you. He's trolling you. Don't fall
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, most likely.
Right. Bucks Corp has it figured out.
Yeah. Now.
That's right.
Huge.
Doesn't take long to wish
I
for
was-
the old days, does it?
I was a fan of his before he ran for office too. I loved The Apprentice, and him on Howard Stern was great.
Yeah.
I just never. Most people that knew him beforehand didn't think weren't like thinking while they were hearing him that, oh man, this guy.
This guy's
I
going
wish
to
he
be
was.
president.
I wish he was running the country. They were thinking, look at this guy, man. He's got it made.
Yeah, I mean, for the first 18 months, I could not believe it. It was such a surreal moment that he was there. And I can't remember who the blonde was when there was a whole crew of them sitting together on a news program.
Boom.
And they all said, who's going to be next president? She was the only one who said Donald Trump. And they all basically laughed in her face.
Yeah.
And
Ann, what's Ann's last name?
Was it Ann Coulter?
Yeah, Ann Coulter.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Ann Coulter.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
it was. That plays fairly regularly on some live leak. They pop it up there every now and then, and I think I've been guilty of popping it up there once or twice.
Now, she'd have said Donald
There he
Trump,
is, Brother
followed
B.
by Joe Biden. Oh, Brother B.
He's got some kind of 3-string instrument. Is that what I
Yeah.
counted?
I do the songs at the beginning.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
guy.
Hey,
Well, hey, there you are.
3-string
All right.
Yeah.
box.
Oh, it's like I've seen people make those things. That's awesome.
Ah,
Is that homemade or did you have to buy that?
I bought it, but it is homemade.
But the guy that you bought it from made it.
Exactly.
That is awesome.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah, it does have cool sound.
Well, it's almost got a banjo type sound.
Yeah, the guitar string. And it sounds so good. Plus, it's got a jack. You can plug it in.
Oh, no kidding. It's got like a pickup on it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's like a hinge from a cabinet that's holding on the end, the saddle that's on the end.
It's a cigar box.
Yeah, show the end where the plug-in is.
And for you non-Americans, you know what that is.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah, the jack, Steve.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at that.
look at the hinge.
Look at that is awesome.
The hinge is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Inside the
really
box
well
is
made.
probably
There's
a supercomputer.
No bow. Can you see that? There's no bow in the neck.
Mm.
It's really solid. It's just nice. It's beautiful.
Oh, man. That is awesome.
It's fun to play.
So that's the natural sound. You don't have it plugged into anything, do you?
No, just
Oh, that is cool, man. That is awesome. I wish I had that in my basement, to be honest with you.
You know, do you play guitar? If you play
No,
guitar,
I got guitars sitting over there. I got a banjo, a couple guitars.
it's fun to just because the strings are so much wider apart. You know, you can really focus and practice picking.
Right.
It's cool.
No,
That is cool. That is real cool.
What's up, guys? Steve, I thought you were blocking me, dude. I got my computer, my iPad, now I'm on my phone. I figured this is the last attempt.
And do we have that clicking sound again?
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's
Oh, man. It's like there's a mouse inside your phone chewing on some wires.
It's the cricket in the circuitry.
Yeah, it's like somebody's got a...
Yeah.
I mean, it could be me. I don't have anything going. But
No,
who knows what happens.
it's linked to his because he's muted and it goes away.
You check it out here.
It's like almost like an electronic sound, like somebody's typing or almost.
Awkward.
It sounds like the sound of space aliens from some cheesy, low budget
He's
horror
gonna
movie.
He's got that.
he's gonna
magnifier.
figure it out with that.
Yeah, I'm all over. If you guys can see what's behind this here.
Afe, do you use something like that when you work on phones?
Yeah, hold on, I'll get it.
Hillbilly 3-string guitar, and you should only have 3 teeth when you use that guitar.
Yeah.
Well,
Ironic, I have I got the American flag shirt on. Do you see this, B? American flag shirt with the fishing pole? Not
is
bad,
that my
huh?
fishing rod up behind you, brother?
That's one of the boat rods, yep.
Yeah, I was wondering where that went.
You drive the boat, I fish. That's the deal. I
Well,
take care of the rods.
Things are going to change in 2021, dude. For blackjack.
All right. I like
Hey,
it.
can I play Steve a little bit? I got a song. I figured you can sing Stevie Nicks' part. I could do Don Henley.
Go ahead.
Don Henley. What's that?
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Well, I don't know the song.
Look, George,
Landslide.
You know it?
I've forgotten the lyrics, but yeah, I'd love to hear the whole song.
Is that Landslide?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's Leather and
Da,
Legs.
da, 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 da.
Stephen and I have played in quite a few bars around here, and I don't know if that would go over very well.
Yeah, we played
There
in
you go, man. Cool.
Oh, we love it.
We did a mostly 80s like no wave,
Yeah.
but all acoustic. It was weird.
And for Stephen to play that 80s set was like lighting his hair on fire.
Yeah, but it was fun though. We
It
did
took you about 17 rum and cokes to get into it.
Yeah, that was the problem. Like the Blues Brothers, we paid the bar when we were done
Yeah.
because we outdrank the.
Half the people that came to see us got shut off.
Right. Remember, my best buddy in the world fell into the microphone and like it hit me in the head, and then they cut him off. It was like just such a shit show.
He did the same thing to me. He walked up to try
Funny.
to tell me to play something, and the mic hit me in the face.
Yeah. That's,
Oh man, you
Which one
both
of
got
you is
mic
Jake?
smacks.
yeah.
That's
Which one is
funny.
Elwood?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good
This is the
question.
Guild, hollow body.
Yeah, that's a
Left it out
good
in the
guitar.
cold, left it out in the rain.
Still has good sound.
Old Topple, to America.
To America.
This stream ain't to America, Topple. It's just right.
Topple should come on. Come on, Top.
Yeah, come on.
He's got bad internet, he says.
Oh,
He's got a magazine-worthy underground pool in his backyard, but he's got crappy internet, he claims.
I have a cool story about this jacket. I got this jacket for $20 about 20 years ago. It's a where is it? It's a 10 star. It's a 10. You can't see it. 10 star, and on the back, big huge emblem 10 star. And I mean, it was just I was going through the stores, and all of a sudden there's this sale rack, and God Almighty, it's like it's as big a leather as any motorcycle jacket. I mean, just cool as can be. And I said, "Yep, I'll take that."
That's cool. That looks good.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Steven,
Maybe Cabron will come back, or maybe his mom. Just kidding.
The mac and cheese was ready.
He did an age assessment and said, "Oh,
19?
I gotta say, I love that people just hop on from anywhere. That's cool.
Yeah.
I occasionally look and see the live streams going on YouTube. It doesn't seem like there's very good, like something you're interested in. I never really come across anything.
How do you find that? I've tried to. Where is it?
Well, if you do your search and then you change your search the tools to live, it'll just show you live.
Oh.
So I usually type in live or show or podcast or different things like that.
Right.
Twitch has some streams that are you hop on and just not get on camera, but watch them from the sidebar. Interesting.
Yeah.
A bunch of platforms have the live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that into it. I got other things to do, but
I catch it. I catch some live streams on YouTube at night. Some weed people, and I like LA Beast. Anyone familiar? LA Beast?
Yeah, I got that guy.
I mean,
Oh, my subs.
He's lately trying to beat one game of computer chess. He's so horrible. It's hilarious.
I see those. I never click on them though.
Just use another computer.
Yeah, I mean, I've said he should play me because I'm terrible. He actually would have a chance of winning, but he wants to beat this 90s computer chess game, and
Sargon.
yeah, he's failing miserably, but it's great. I love.
Were you a fan of that Shoe Nice guy?
What? To be honest with you, when he was on Live League, I kind of was.
Yeah, you were.
I'm sorry.
It was interesting. I would always watch his videos.
Oh, I wasn't a fan. I was shocked. I was like, is he really drinking a handle of fucking vodka, dude?
Yeah.
you had to figure out if he was faking, if he had somehow, replaced it with water or something. And
Right.
people always thought he was faking it. He had a way of.
Same thing with
getting
Big
past-
Earn.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys watched. Big Earn one night did. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was whiskey or vodka. It was something, and it was big.
Yeah, it was a
And
hand of 1.75. Yeah.
His thing was he would, as soon as he would get done filming, he would throw it back up. But he couldn't throw it back up. And that chick that his girlfriend was with him, and it was live, and they went off into the bathroom, but everything was still rolling. So you could sit there and hear everything
I saw
that was
that.
going on. And it was scary as hell. I thought the guy was going to die, man. He was in the bathroom and he couldn't throw up, and he was he was going downhill fast. And
the frat boys periodically, snuffed themselves by drinking too much, poisoning themselves to death.
Well,
yeah,
I thought he was going to. I thought something.
And
bad.
others,
and
many others,
This is when you hear the old thing, oh, they had to pump his stomach. That's because they're trying to remove any unprocessed alcohol.
Right.
And he had this much alcohol in his stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, nasty shit.
I think it would have killed him if he didn't get it out.
It certainly could have.
But that Shoe Nice guy, that dude, like, I almost had him on a live show once, but it didn't work out.
I never believed any of his stunts. I always thought they were fake.
Chris Shoe, yeah.
Oh no, he will take a bottle of glue and he will open the top of it and he will drink and eat that whole bottle of glue. He will do that. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's hard for me to believe there's someone that stupid. But.
Yeah. Oh, there
well,
is.
there's an interview. There's a documentary of that guy on YouTube, and it's just
boom.
It's sad.
Pew, 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 pew.
I fixed it.
Nice.
Good job.
By throwing it away.
No. I just had to restart my computer because it had loads of updates that needed doing.
The old Windows trick. Yeah. If it doesn't work, reboot.
Did either of you guys, watch that guy do the chess very much? You interested in an old chess story, or do we want to move past chest?
Wait, you're saying chest?
Chess. I'm sorry.
If it involves a woman,
I haven't even been drinking. I got a coffee tongue.
You can't beat Queen's Gambit for a story.
You got a lot of stories.
No,
can I buy your stories off?
Great. That's a great series. I enjoyed that. I halfway fell in love with the actress. Boy, she's wonderful. Now, back around the turn of the century, I was, when I was recovering from the bad years, I was online on chess.net, and I played somewhere around between 2,500 and 3,000 games at one point. And have you guys heard of Blitz Chess?
Is that
where
like
you have a time like a 5
running?
minute? Yeah, it's 5 minutes or 3 minute time limit.
Speed
chess, right? Well, on the Blitz, what I would do is there were so many people right then on chess.net that I could stalk newcomers who didn't quite understand the intricacies of the website. And I'm actually around if you know chess ratings, I'm around a 1,400 player. I'm not a real good player, but I was able to get my Blitz chess rating up to around 1,900 by finding people who had only been on there for like a day or two, engaging them in a Blitz game, and they thought they were playing a regular game, and I would be way, way behind. They would have taken about 5 of my major pieces, and then as soon as it hit, like I've always played 5-minute games, on Blitz, and as soon as it hit the 5 minutes, I would hit the timeout, on them, and I would win the game. And I had a few that were just pissed at me, man. They cussed me out.
So you're only winning by them timing out.
Right. And I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing, and it was stalking. It was like unethical and mean and everything else. I was like, fuck it, I'm having fun.
In golf, you have like what we call a sandbagger who kind of bullshits about his handicap and makes himself seem not quite as good, so then he can beat you in the bets. You were doing the opposite of that. You were you were gaining points even though your skill level wasn't that high.
Right. There was no skill to it. It was just stalking newbies.
So when you did like the autoplay, wouldn't that pick like really skilled players for you to play against? Because it's
I picked them manually.
Okay, I see.
And some of the people that I would pick would be very highly skilled players, but they wouldn't understand the website's intricacies, the website's rules and regulations, and they wouldn't understand that they were entering a blitz game. They they didn't even know it. And yeah, I mean, now after around 2002 was when I started taking opioids, and right at that point I just quit playing people. I just started playing the computers, and my blitz rating went down to about 1,000. So I mean, just all of my sharpness and all my cleverness and all my little games that I was playing on the site just went away, and I just started enjoying playing the computers.
My problem in chess is I can't see further than 2 moves ahead.
That's the thing. You have to think ahead.
Yeah, I cannot visualize more than 2 moves ahead.
Yeah,
at one point I can see the entire board moving 2 moves ahead, and that's math.
I studied some books. I tried to put some effort into it at one point, and I had pretty good. I was able to trap people. Legitimately beat people in standard.
I used to sell life insurance.
Yes, I'm very ethical. I'll sell you
what makes you think that his stories are worse than any average insurance agent? Because he's honest.
Hey, now, when you do business, you don't mess around like you do when you're playing games. Good one, though.
I've been playing.
Who's Norfolk Incini anyway? Who is that?
I've been playing a game on
Brother B?
On PlayStation called Beyond Two Souls, and it led me to find out that, do you know the actor Ellen Page?
Yeah, she's a dude now, isn't she?
She's now a dude called Elliot Page.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Does it matter if you have left or right?
Gender fluid.
With your headphones?
Yeah.
Not here, it don't.
Not really, but I mean, it could affect how the person who made the sound effects wanted you to hear it, but that's about it.
Well, maybe on like an old Zeppelin tune where they're panning the drums from one side to the other, but generally speaking,
and even then, if you didn't memorize which ear was supposed to get which drum,
right, that's true. Yeah.
Although there's a video. It's like 3D spatial. I got these headphones and I wanted to do a test, and so I was looking at the different headphone tests or whatever, and it's like a spatial thing, and the guy's like walking around your head. You're supposed to close your eyes, and he's walking around your head with buzzers, like trimming your hair. And when you got the headphones on right, it seems like he's like it's scary how real it is. It seems like he's behind you talking to you. So if you had him flip-flopped, it might sound like he's in front of you when he's supposed to be behind you. I don't know.
Sorry. Yeah, I always remember my plug-in on my laptop is on the opposite side as the wire on the headphones.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Mine's the same way.
It pisses me off because they're not on the same side, so it's in front of my body.
Don't they have a right and left designation like these do? Like right.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying. They're corded, so the cord's on the wrong side to be convenient for where he's sitting.
Correct. Sucks.
That's why I've got wireless, even though I do have a wire that can plug in to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Wireless with an optional for a wire, in case you missed.
Wow. That is cool.
Yeah.
What brand are those?
Biscuit Vapes. Was that a huge bruise on your right forearm, or was that a shadow?
Hold on. On my right forearm, this one.
Oh, okay. It was your tattoo flashing.
It's my daughter's name.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, it came with this wire that just plugs into this side.
That's awesome.
It goes into there.
And because it's wireless, you only have to plug it into one end.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask you this: if yours die, can you plug them in and they'll work fine with a dead battery?
Yeah, the work passive. Yeah.
That's killer, man. That's a great concept. What brand are those?
They're called Super EQ. Sold on Amazon.
Okay. Well,
how much does it cost?
$100.
Yeah. Well, £100.
Geez.
That's a lot.
There's skull. I got a pair of skull candies that cost like $25.
Yeah,
They're the same way.
That's what I want to pay.
These have got
I'll pay $100.
active noise cancelling as well, though. That actually work.
Yeah, those are good.
That's why you can't hear me.
These got the noise canceling too. It's awesome.
It cancels out any outside noise except for speech.
All signal, no noise. That's a good signal to noise ratio.
Yeah, I've found with that noise canceling, if you are in a room like me right now with no noise, you want to shut that off because you do get a clearer signal without it.
Yeah.
I think it adds a little bit of background static. I think that's kind of inherent.
The thing is, my TV and my TV and my fridge, they make like a brrrr all the time. And as soon as you turn these on, it's like dead silent.
That's kind of cool. The perfect background noise is a constant hum.
Yeah.
For noise cancellation.
These ones, these are Bose Quiet Comforts that I got at a estate sale that I'm also got a problem with going to. But anyway, they're noise canceling, and it's almost like a little air almost that blows into your ear to stop.
Yeah, you like it feels like a bit of pressure.
Yeah. On
your eardrum.
Weird. I don't know if I would like that.
When you wear the benefit that it does with canceling out the outside noise outweighs the weirdness of.
It's not a harsh pressure.
Yeah.
It's literally like a gentle pressure.
And if they're over the ear ones, with cushion and stuff, it's almost like it puts you in a different place, like when you turn them on. Like if you just plug them in and you have them on, it's what normal earphones sound like until you flip the switch, though, and then it's like really goes somewhere.
Is that Topple?
I feel like that was Topple's. That was Topple's.
Does not look like a Topple.
I feel like Topple had that picture. Gosh, years and years ago.
Exactly. That's an old picture.
It's a girl with a long tongue.
It is that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got some connection to Alice in Chains. If I know Topple well enough.
Or basketball, because that guy's tweeting about basketball all the time.
Yeah, Sixers fan, right?
I think so. I don't know. He's always basketball. And then when Larry Bird retired, I retired. That was.
I think he lives around Philly or in Philly.
Okay.
Philadelphia.
Mike Oglesby in the house. Hey, Mike, if you want to come on, please do. Mike Oglesby. There is the link right below your comment.
Yeah, I mean, come on. There's people watching this that could.
A lot of new people.
Yeah, I think maybe we got. Maybe I don't know. They gave us a little exposure.
Well, I think because of the clean videos that have been popped out last few weeks. I think the YouTube algorithm will have pushed you forward a bit.
Yeah, and more shut-in activity, in the countries, and the states to a degree, but definitely over in Great Britain, there aren't there still different degrees of lockdown going on that are pretty serious.
Oh yeah, the one here is quite serious. To be fair, it's getting more strict.
Label them by tiers, like tier 4 or something.
No, it's full lockdown now.
Full lockdown.
Yeah, complete lockdown. I had a letter saying that I'm not allowed to leave the house.
Can't even open your window.
I'm allowed to go in the garden, but I'm not allowed to leave the perimeter of my fence.
Isn't that something?
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Purely because that's not for everyone. That's just because I'm severely at risk.
Right.
Well, how do you get food? Like, how do you eat? Like
delivered. I've got 100 quid worth of shopping coming tomorrow.
He's got a big backyard. He just hunts in it.
All right.
What happens if you do leave?
Well, it's not like
they never see you again.
We're not going to imprison. They're not going to imprison me or give me a massive fine.
Hard them out for
the re-education camp
for you.
It's
more for my benefit than anything else. But I was advised not to leave the house.
Who advised you that?
The government.
What do you mean? Like they how do you know you fit some mold that says that? Did they contact you directly?
The NHS would have told them that I'm severely at risk because of my weight.
They call you on the phone?
No, they sent me a letter.
Send you a letter.
Really? They sent you? You got a letter in the mail?
I got a letter from the Department of Health.
If you're outside while reading this, get back inside.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I went and got takeout last night, and I drove by some bars and the restaurant. The restaurant was jam-packed. There was not a seat to be had in the place, and it was an hour before closing. And the parking lot that I was in had 2 bars in it, and I had to park all the way down at the end, like where nobody else was parking, because the whole parking lot was filled with people, like more than usual. Filled with people inside those bars. And I'm just like, in the city, you can't do any of this stuff. But out here in the county, there's like no laws, So like everybody from the city comes out here to the county, and every bar, every restaurant, everything is just jam packed.
Right.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
That makes it more of a risk for the for where you are, doesn't it? Because people are coming from everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it probably makes a risk for the whole area because the city, all those people go back to the city,
Yeah.
and they go to their work, or their job or whatever, and so yeah, it does no good for this whole area. This whole metropolitan area is infected by the counties for sure.
What percentage of capacity are the restaurants at in your state?
Man, I'm telling you, I went to a Mexican. I can't talk too loud because my son.
100%? You're telling me 100%?
In this, yeah, there was no like spacing between the tables.
Wow.
There was nothing like that. There was nobody waiting, but it was an hour before closing. And when I got there was no waiting. Like there was no people waiting to get a seat. But I saw no empty seats whatsoever. All the people working there had masks, but all the people sitting back to back in all these booths, none of them had masks on.
Yeah, Mike on the sidebar. Yeah, we are.
I got one of those.
So Biden's mask ban thing, is that only in federal offices and whatnot then?
Yeah, I mean, every individual place has their own restrictions, so no matter what he says, I doubt it's going to affect like where I live.
It's only federal property.
I'm sure he only said in federal properties and whatnot. Like
did.
civic
Yeah,
buildings.
that's right. He tried to say everybody
if you visit the DMV or anything like that, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, or even most grocery stores and stores. But if you go into a gas station, nobody's wearing masks.
Right.
Yeah, in this
if you go into a
here,
liquor store, nobody's like. I feel like an idiot when I go into a liquor store, but I'm like, I don't care. I got a box of those KN95 or whatever they're called.
Those are good.
I'm wearing all those now because
those are good.
I ain't taking no. I ain't taking. I'll be disappointed if I get it.
Don't want to get the sickness.
I'll be disappointed.
I thought about buying a full on, face mask.
I mean, if it comes to, if that's what you need to do, I kind of have a feeling that what's probably going to happen is we're all going to get this vaccine, and there's going to be a variant. There's going to be a variant that is worse, and everybody's going to be getting it again.
Get the jab.
Do you know the filters that are meant for like paint sprayers?
Yeah.
I mean, if they've got to be much more effective than
they are
paper masks, haven't they?
Well, the KN95, the paper ones are the ones like Smokesteve has with the N95 or whatever. I mean, it's safe for everybody, not just you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's something to do with the space too. Like the cloth mask, it seems like they're right on your mouth. With those other ones, they're like my KN95 masks or whatever they're called. There's space up in there.
Yeah. And if I got one of those proper ones with 2 filters on either side.
I don't got those.
Those are good.
They would be brilliant, wouldn't they?
Yeah, those work amazingly, and you probably can't find one right now. Here, they're about $40. I have a very expensive paint sprayer here, so I've been wearing those. We call them respirators.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be killer, dude. And they're smooth, but yeah, I mean, you could probably.
Our local Screwfix have got a massive, they've got a big quantity of them.
Those are 99.5. So not 95 indicates like the filtration quality on like particulates. So the respirators are 99.5. So those have a much tighter filter to get through. They would probably work.
Would it be harder to breathe through as well, though?
They're not, though, because there's a valve. So the way they work is it's a one-directional valve. You inhale, the valve goes this way, and when you exhale, no, the valve, it's the opposite of what I just said. It comes in through the filter and then goes out through the valve. So you're not protecting anyone else with those. That's the problem, because your exhaled air is not filtered.
No, I don't care.
Right.
That's me.
I mean, theoretically, you could tape little like fabric over the exhale valves, and that would probably help.
The others, of them.
Fuck them. I'm protecting me and no one else.
Right. Oh yeah, I hear you.
If they want protection, they can wear a fucking mask.
The problem is, dude, you have what I have, and this reduces the effectiveness of any mask anytime.
If I have to go out, like if I'm going for my injection, I'll get the mask and I'll have a shave.
Yeah, you could just shave a little strip just for the strip.
I'll cut the lot off. In fact, I'll just leave a little goatee around.
There you go.
When I paid my annual dues for the L Club at LSU, they sent these. They're really high quality, really nice. It's got the L. One's black and then this one's purple. But I got two.
My only problem with those is they don't cover my face. They're just like a little square here, and they don't even go over my chin, and they fall down over my nose, or they end up in my mouth.
Right. Now,
I got something online called a KF94 mask.
Oh.
Well, I got it, and it was a piece of shit. So there's $20 I got ripped off on it.
Basically, they were like, it's very close to an N95, but loads of people will buy these.
In the military, they have what's called, MOP gear, which is mission-oriented personal protection gear, which is, your gas mask and the full chemical-resistant suit and everything.
If I weren't so big, I'd get one of those positive airway suit things, the full with a box on back. Yeah.
Positive pressure.
Bubble boy. Yeah.
Positive pressure suit, yeah. But I'm too big for one. They'll not get one my size.
That was my secondary MOS in the military, was defensive postures for nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare.
Wouldn't do very good if I'm going to the doctor's office to get my injection, though, would it? I'd have to take it off and get exposed.
You have to use MOP gear when you go to the doctor's office, man.
I registered for my vaccine with the county, and then I learned that it'll be most likely April when I get it.
Yeah, my HMO, my HMO that I'm a member of, they said they haven't gotten any stock yet of the vaccine. So just wait. And I'm really not worried at all. I mean, I'm overweight, but I'm just not in any other of the risk categories, and I just feel good. I think I mentioned that I had that swine flu back in 2009, and it was a bear. I mean, it was horrible. So I've heard COVID. You hear these horror stories, and apparently it's as bad or worse than the swine flu ever was. So,
I got a buddy.
I'm
Larry King will agree with you.
Yeah, I wash my hands a lot. Why? Oh, the dead guy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he just died. Bye. Well,
I got a buddy he didn't have no problems, and he's been on a ventilator for two weeks now, and they don't know if he's gonna make it.
Oh,
it sucks.
Your age?
There was
a little bit older, but probably 51, 52 maybe.
That's young. Yeah, that's young.
No problem. Such a character.
Was he a skater?
No, but he did go with us on all our float trips and camping stuff. And
there was a 32-year-old pregnant woman who got COVID here that was on the news this week, and they had to do a cesarean section 2 months before the baby was due because they thought the mother was going to die. The baby was on a ventilator for, I think it was like 4 weeks, while the mother started recovering as soon as the baby was taken out.
Maybe, yeah. It's It's got to take a hell of a lot out of the body to be feeding the baby. So maybe that gave her a boost. The baby lived and was fine.
The baby lived, and the mother lived as well.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
She was in early 30s.
Oof.
Yeah, they're not as keen to go on as use ventilators as they were in the beginning of this because.
That's why when I heard that my buddy was on the ventilator for 2 weeks, I was like,
I've seen
seems like that's against what they've been saying.
On the videos made of big syringes, big plastic syringes.
Could be, Mike. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the sidebar.
Oh, that's all right.
They've got some fabricated out of syringes. They're like big, massive syringes that they've made them out of.
Oh, that smells good.
So, to try and get as many ventilators as possible, they've just made like a.
Let me guess. Solution. Let me guess. Were you commenting, Cypher, on Obama's COVID? Could be. Yep. Sounds about right to me, man.
Conspiracies everywhere.
So, he unleashed it.
That's
Obama
the conspiracy. That's the conspiracy.
Along with the Wuhan lab that he actually owns.
That's right.
Along with George Soros.
Man, I gotta say, it's only been not even a week, but I'm so glad that hopefully a majority of the population isn't so fixated with government and politics.
Yeah, I mentioned that first thing on the sidebar, man. I'm taking a vacation from it all for the most part. There's a few guys online.
There's so much other things that, I kind of wonder if just evolving and inventions and artistic stuff has been squailed the past.
Big world out there. Time
people
to do
are
other things.
Into everybody was so into politics.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I hope you're right. I'm skeptical though.
I've got interesting things happening, but.
If a percentage of the population stays, if it leaves, let's say 20% of the population from being so hyper focused on politics, that can only be beneficial. You
know what's pissing me off now is people still have their frickin' Biden Trump signs up. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of that shit. It's over.
I didn't see much here either way,
Yeah, no, I see.
Because it's so polar. If you live in an area where it's either you're out in the, if you're in an urban area and you got a Biden stuff and Bernie
Topple's
stuff,
ready.
Or if you're out in a middle of nowhere and you got Trump stuff all over the place, here in the middle.
They're still spouting on news here that Trump supporters are still trying to get Trump back in office.
Oh,
there's
always someone, right?
Yeah, but it's mainly Proud Boys and QAnon people and all them lots.
I don't think people who quite understand why the Republicans lost Georgia, and Trump's election conspiracies definitely cost them important votes in.
Trump definitely lost
in the Georgia in the suburbs of Atlanta.
The voting system in Georgia particularly was not rigged, but it was set up in Biden's favor with the mail-in votes. More people mailed in for Biden, didn't they, than anyone else?
Yeah.
Well, Trump was kind of don't do mail-in voting.
Yeah, because he knew that the mail-in voters were all for Biden.
Well, or he could use that later on to complain about a fraud election.
Cheer up over there, fat belly. It's not that bad.
Yeah, there were some shortcomings in the way that the election panned out because of the pandemic and because of the way they allowed so much more of the mail-in stuff that it did create some major things that were glaring to some people as obvious evidence. But the fact that some of it was questionably legal, the whole voting way ahead of time, there needs to be more of a concrete law and exact way that this needs to be done every single time.
It should be done exactly the same in every state.
Right.
I would have normally said no. That's just not the way we want it. But
the thing is, if each state has their own laws on how a vote works, then it's not fair on each particular state. How some states lose out.
I just think that both sides didn't take advantage of the situation and promote it and be like, this is a good thing. Let's go out there and pre-vote instead of at any time trying to convince somebody not to go vote. Can't be good.
Well, that's what Trump did. He said, don't
as
vote
soon as you can vote, you
it
should be
yourself.
promoted to go vote.
Yeah,
and that's one of the reasons why I don't like pre-voting, mail-in voting, or early voting. I don't like that at all. I mean, you have to do something during this COVID time, but in general, I don't want half the population voting between 13 and 0 days before the
I didn't agree with it. That's why I went in person and voted.
What does it matter though when someone votes? If their vote is valid, then it shouldn't matter when the vote.
Well, I mean, statistically, you're correct.
It's much easier to forge or defraud mail-in voting because you're not there in person. So,
well, I agree with that, but in this pandemic, it was necessary, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, there's more evidence that a lot of fraud happens, but people distrust it more, and we don't need more distrust. We need more trust.
Yeah.
So I hope that we have less mail-in voting, less early voting, more voting with IDs.
Standardize the process across states, across all 50 states.
Right.
It's some, they need to standardize it. It needs to be understood what the rules are.
I guess people are not going to trust computerized voting anymore.
What's wrong with the fact that everyone's on an electoral system like we have in UK? And everybody only gets one vote because you've got a number that corresponds to just you, and then when you vote, it's then logged as you've voted.
Blockchain voting.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not bad. I mean, one thing I found a little disturbing was, in the end, they were matching signatures to verify voters. I mean, is that not one of the most arcane ways of fucking verifying somebody's credentials?
It's not a very good way.
It's terrible.
No, it's fucking horrendous.
Even when you use your card now, you don't sign for it. You use a PIN.
Right, exactly.
We sign. We don't have a PIN here, which is pisses me off. Everybody else in the world does chip plus PIN. We got the chip, but we don't do the PIN. It's so stupid.
So you still sign?
Yes, we still sign.
But that makes it so easy to fraud your card. Someone could just steal it.
Yeah, we all just pay for it in the back end, basically.
You know what the worst part of the card signing system is? You write your signature on the back of the card, so it can be. Someone can write it out until they get it right every time.
Right? Yeah, what you do is you write "ask for ID" in the signature block. And then if it gets jacked, the problem is with the store because they didn't ask for ID and it says it written on the back of the card. I know a lot of people that do that.
I've seen that. Yeah. And I've seen people at merchants say, what the fuck is this? What does ask for ID mean? What does it mean? What do you mean you signed it, ask for ID? That's not your name.
You know what? You should sign that sometime. Ask for ID. And they'd probably be like, it's the same. You're good.
I'm changing my name to ask for ID.
Yeah, totally. Fucking ridiculous.
Hey, go ahead.
In the new work that I'm doing, I use Microsoft Teams. Is Microsoft Teams used much in social media? God, I just got trained onto it, and I'm curious as to whether it's used as an entertainment tool. I haven't researched it much.
I think you have to pay for it, don't you?
I don't know if the employer's paying for it or not.
Did it come with the whole Microsoft Office bundle as one of the little blocks, or was it a separate thing?
No, it came with the bundle.
Yeah, it's all part of the Office program, man.
Did they buy it? So they bought a subscription to it, probably a professional subscription.
And then they gave you a login and all of that stuff to get into it privately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they pay for that.
Huh.
It's pretty
So
cool
it's
though.
not-
With
not open.
it shouldn't
Go ahead.
be. With all the spreadsheets and all that sort of shit, whenever anyone adds anything to it, you can open it from a remote area or whatever, and you can see what everyone is doing, like pretty much live, which is cool.
Right. So it's definitely not an entertainment tool. It's
No.
it's professional and probably educational.
Oh yeah, they're great for keeping track of stuff. I'll tell you that. That's where I use it.
You use it. All right, cool. That's what I was after. All right. Well, back to politics.
Oh no, I got a request from Smokesteve. Your wife occasionally watches the show, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
My wife is no different, and she wanted me to bring up something that we were. She thought maybe there was a radio show that used to be on here in St. Louis, and they would have the problem solvers, and they would all there was like 5 or 6 guys on the show, and they would all put their ideas together and try to solve the problem. So tonight I'm going to ask that of you 4 individuals, and we got this. My son, he's doing the virtual learning, and he just got his report card, and he's always been a real good student, and he's struggled a little bit with some of the stuff now. So I came up with a system, and we're having difference of opinion on the system. So we thought we would get your guys' input on the system.
That'll do with me because my daughter's doing virtual learning also.
So I came up with this thought that if we put a weighted scale to the grade system and rewarded him for getting better grades with money, if that would, I thought that would maybe be a good thing because he's always wanting to buy like new games or, video game stuff, So I thought, if we would do like a C, you don't get nothing. That's in here in the United States. We have C, B, and A is the best. A, if you go from A, then B, then C is average, and then D and F are the worst. All right. So what I was thinking was for a C you would get nothing, and for a B you would get $5, and for a you would get $10, and if you got 2 A's, you wouldn't just get another $10. You would get $20, and each time it would go, you would get $10 more. So if he got straight A's, it would be 200. It's like 270, 280.
That's too
but
much.
if you get a D, you get $5 taken away, and if you get an F, you get $10 taken away.
If he keeps getting Fs, does it accumulate like the A's did?
I'd kind of like to do it that way. Biscuit face, to be honest with you.
The powers of 10 on it. I would just do
straight. I wouldn't imagine he gets F.
What is it? 20 bucks per? 10
it would, and that was the original thought. But I thought, it would motivate him that much more to do one more A, and that much more to do one more A. And the fact that he would not get, come on, he's not going to get straight A's. So that would be the. He might, but so my wife said the same thing. She's like, are you kidding me? 270, which I don't think it will. And if you take one A off that, because it's up to like $70 at that point, then it's down to like $200. And I said I would be willing to take him to a tutor or an after-school education program where he goes to a place and learns. And we would be willing to pay $1,000 a quarter, to have a teacher sit there and try to teach them that subject, right?
Yeah, that's all up to
you.
But the cost.
No.
It's all positive. It's very positive, but it's up to you.
Well, that's why I'm asking your guys' opinion. So it's valid. What your opinion is, good or bad. That's why I'm asking right now.
I would say bad.
Okay, why would you say bad?
I think that maybe small rewards, but what you're trying to impression upon the child is that they're building it for their future and that it is not for the immediate monetary reward, but for their knowledge to go down the road. And when they get to higher education, you're not going to be paying them the whole way fucking through, guy.
Well,
come on. It's a Band-Aid.
Let's say it was straight A's for the whole year. Then we're talking a little over $1,000, right? So he's in 6th grade. So you got 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's $6,000 because we had this came up in our discussion. And I said, let's say he gets straight A's from here on out, and we pay him $6,000, and he gets straight A's. That's perfect from here on out. He's liable to get some awesome scholarship program that would benefit us way more than $6,000 investment.
That's a pretty good plan, I think. You know,
if
it's affordable and you're comfortable with the revenue outlay.
Well, I think the $6,000 now would benefit more on the top end, is what I was thinking. Last Dance, I'm serious. Seriously, I didn't bring this up to brag about this program. I brought it up because I want to hear the pluses and minuses and hear the honest opinions of other adults.
Here's my honest opinions, Aphids. My dad tried doing this exact thing with me.
Oh, did he? Okay,
He
perfect.
did. But it wasn't for straight A's. It was for weight loss.
Oh, okay. What happened?
And clearly it didn't work.
I'm sorry.
We don't know how heavy you used to be.
My father, I
lost weight, haven't you?
I did get down to 17 stone.
Yeah, you lost a lot of weight.
When I was 24 stone when my dad offered me to buy me a car if I lost like 10 stone. I gained 10 stone instead.
What was it like? It didn't motivate you? What did you think about?
Oh no! It motivated me.
Yeah.
But, no matter how much motivation I was given, my head and my heart just wasn't in it.
Right.
So it didn't make any difference.
Has anything made a difference though?
The fact that I'm in agony at the minute is making a big difference.
Right.
Hey, Philip, I would say use
that's great information, Biscuit Vapes.
Yeah,
I would say
Seriously.
use a multiplier smaller when he's at elementary school level, and then
Well, he's in eighth grade now, so he's middle school. He just got there, and he's in COVID lockdown.
An annual top line that's more.
Dude, that's junior high.
Yeah, junior high. And he's always been absolutely across the board straight A.
Wow.
But I think he's struggling now, and it seems like I think that he's. Oh wait, the one that requested is, yeah.
Yeah, my.
I'm sorry, sixth grade. Sorry.
I think
It's still middle school. It's
You're
the beginning
of your kid with
I'm
the
sorry.
other woman that you didn't tell your wife about.
I'm sorry. I got so excited. I got
another point
missed a detail.
from me is instead of the money, I think what would be more beneficial to your kid would be you spending more time actually helping him in the ways he's struggling.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm currently doing. Because my daughter's struggling with maths. Yeah. I spend six hours a week helping him with a long division and long multiplication.
Well, that's a problem with me trying to help him. He gets so frustrated and doesn't want me to be around. Yeah, and I admit I am a logical thinker, and I'm like, why can't you figure it out? I have a hard time with that. Like if somebody doesn't know something, I'm like, why can't you just do it? I really struggle with that.
Is a good idea. The tutoring is a great idea, and some monetary reward probably is a good idea too. That's why.
I think the first thing you need to do is to figure out why he's struggling. There's two main reasons. One is the subject material is confusing or baffling him.
Yeah.
And the other, which is much more common, is I'll just call it laziness. But for whatever reason, he doesn't want to put in effort that's needed.
That's what I think.
And possibly
I think the fact that he's not there in person, I think that there's that level of like, he's just sitting there in a chair, and he has his cam on sometimes, but most of the time not. So it's not that he's not in the middle of 20 other kids being surrounded by him and him seeing him. This
is a big problem,
right?
With virtual learning, it's happening everywhere.
Exact same problem. She used to be absolutely fantastic with everything, apart from maths. Maths have been really difficult for the whole time.
Right.
But with the English reading and whatnot, she's been falling asleep. I've set her up with all the schoolwork to do on a laptop.
Yeah.
I go up half an hour before she's supposed to speak to her teachers about what she's done, and she's been asleep the whole time.
Yeah. Cup of tea has the traditional solution.
The sidebar is getting lively.
Yeah. It's only been the last couple of days that she's been doing it, but what I found that she's been doing...
A good beating never hurts, that's right.
No. What she's been doing is she's been staying up all night on a tablet. So she's like up till 4 a.m. on a tablet. So what I've been doing is just taking the electronic devices off her at 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Just turn the router off.
Good night's sleep. I can't do that because I'm always on internet at night as well.
Oh, yeah. Now that's lame.
Get some sleep, Biscuit. Yeah. Go to sleep.
I can't help it.
Now, I will say that
I know what you mean.
One of the concerns was that he's being punished for getting a D in something that he's having a hard time understanding. And my excuse was that that's real life, you know. I mean, if you come under par, you know, under average, because I felt like the thing, looking back on school, the thing that we didn't learn enough of is how real life is. And I think that's kind of a real life, you know, that's how real life is, man. You don't make the bar.
Real life is? Real life is realizing
you gotta
when you're an adult
that
you should have done something different as a child.
Yeah. But how do you convince a child of that when they're a child still?
I don't know. Nobody's figured it out.
I know, man.
I wish somebody could have done the same to me when I was younger. I mean,
right.
I thought...
Time travel, that's what we need.
I don't think even that would have worked because I wouldn't listen to myself for that.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was brainy as hell. I thought I was going to coast through my GCSEs, which is like your, you know, like
SATs.
Is it? No, we have SAT. We have SATs as well, but that's for the younger kids. It's like 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah, that's when we take the SATs.
Oh, is that the SATs? Well,
18.
we call it GCSEs, and that's our final year at school.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and I thought I was gonna coast through those, and I ended up getting like grade D, and I got a couple of C's. I got 1 B, and
did you get above a 2.0 average? If you did that, then you're okay. You know, I mean, average is fine.
I failed all of my exams, but I did go back and I resat my science about 4 years ago, and I got a grade B.
I was always a good test taker.
Now, Aphid, what occurs to me with this is that you're paying him essentially on a reward system. Essentially, it's a commission, like a commission. Basically, 100%. You're paying him for as the best that he can do, so he gets more money per A. So an A is a huge sale for like a salesman. Right. Nobody gets now. My problem with it, I see with this, is nobody really gets paid in commission anymore, and also you don't want him to go into a commission-based job.
Well, no, but this is his only form. This is his only form of life, is school, really, or the main. I shouldn't say his only, his main.
So I have another idea.
But if you try hard in life, you will succeed more. I mean, if you put everything into it, you will succeed more.
Now, how about this? You pay him like an hourly wage to go to school.
Okay, how's this work?
Let's say it's like, I don't know, you'd have to break down. So if he's in school for 40 hours a week, say it's 50 cents an hour if he averages all C's. And then you reward a higher hourly wage possibly.
Like a bonus instead of
or bonuses, for higher.
Man, this is complicated. I'm thinking of the newspaper with a cup of tea.
It's so complicated.
Newspaper.
The end all is the same, though. I mean, he's going to make more money if he gets better grades.
Well, yes, I guess so. But I don't know. That's the thing with jobs. Like, you could be totally shitty at your job and still get paid $20 an hour.
But you're not. I got a buddy that works for Washington University, which was one of the best medical colleges in the country.
Whistle.
And I almost feel bad talking about this because he's the only friend I have that has found me on the internet as aphid lip. But anyway, so hopefully he doesn't come. Buddy. Hopefully he doesn't come across this. But he has not put in the effort, and he's just. And I think he would admit this. He just went into his job day one, and he's just done what he had to do to get by. And he stayed there, and he's trained people that were his inferiors, and he was their superiors, and they are now his boss and above him. And he wonders why, but deep down he knows why, because he didn't put in what they put in. They got rewarded by getting stepped up into Washington University, and he hasn't. He's in exactly the same spot as he was when he
maybe he's not comfortable taking on more responsibility.
Maybe he's not, but still, he's not getting rewarded for it, and that's how real life is.
I'm going to change my objections to your plan. I will say whatever works.
Well, that's the truth. That's the truth, and that's how I stated this at the very beginning. We're going to do this for a quarter and see how it works after that.
Because if it works, no matter what it costs, it's cheap.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I said, if he got straight A's, I mean, like I said, because at first it was the money. It was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You're going to give him that much money? Which I really doubt that he would get straight A's. He was going to, and that last A is the doozy. Each of the last A's. If he got 4 A's and 2, or he's got 7 classes, if he got 5 A's and 2 D's, that takes off $130 of that $270. So it cuts it in half. But if I would easily go to a place right now and pay them $1,000 a quarter if they promised me that they could raise all his grades up to straight A's. Easily. I would easily pay that. And this is a quarter of that. And he's getting the money, not them.
I see what you're saying.
I think with learning, personally, I don't think monetary value can make somebody learn what they're not enjoying.
Possibly not.
I bet it works for some. You never know what's going to motivate someone.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's what I said.
If you had a little Donald J. Trump, then it might work. But
I thought we agreed. No one mentions Trump in this.
He got. I'll be honest with you, and this is so sad, and it's such a reflection of my son and how awesome he is. But he said that he gets so much from us right now that he just doesn't think it's fair.
There's my wife's answer.
Yeah, right. That's right.
As long as you agree with me, I agree with you.
That's right.
Yeah, my convoluted, ridiculous idea of the hourly rate, it could work. It's just going to take some planning.
I feel like it comes down to the same thing, though. It's not much different. My plan is just way easier, math-wise.
You're probably right.
I mean, the way I'm treating my daughter with it is just positive reinforcement and.
Well, yeah, but we've been trying
and try and make everything that she's learning as fun as possible. Like put an action plan together that makes the things that she's struggling on the most, make it more fun to learn. Like it's a lot more mental work on your own part, but make that learning more fun, if you know what I mean. Not just working on the boring curriculum that the schools are doing. But just put a little bit of extra effort in to make the learning more fun.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Being a parent is tough. There's no secret recipe.
If it was history, for instance, I'd say watching History Channel would be boring for most kids. But there's a show in the UK called Horrible Histories, and they make it so violent and disgusting, but it's funny. And I reckon kids would learn much more about history doing it that way.
Well, yeah.
Doing the boring
Cash
basic
is definitely
stories.
King. That is
with kids, I think fun and positive reinforcement is much better than any kind of monetary value.
Well, if this conversation ends right here, I appreciate each and one of your inputs. I really do.
How's your grandparents? If you can get a camera to open up, I'll bring you on.
What's his name?
How's your grandparents?
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
I think he said his internet's crap when he enters StreamYard, doesn't he?
But we'll bring on Marty!
Good morning, Martin. How are you?
Mr. Reverb, let's bring on the echo.
We have 2 great people on now. All right.
How are you all doing?
Great.
Sounds good. Wow, what do you have?
There can only be one great, Martin.
Did you get there first, man?
Are you guys related?
Yeah.
Right, I get it.
Same last name.
I get it.
Martin, that sounds mighty clear. What do you have, a new microphone or something?
Does it genuinely sound different?
Sounds
You sound
good.
a little louder, yeah, a little louder.
Bring it right there.
How about that?
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Martin, I've been curious for weeks now. Is green your favorite color?
Yes. well spotted.
And
That's why we call you great, man.
That's right.
Hey, it's that kind of insight. That's what we need.
Topple.
Oh,
I
it's
knew it was Topple all along.
Topple. Oh, Topple.
He's got Rachel Levine.
Yeah, she's
picture.
I
she's
think
way
he's asking after me.
she's way better to look at anyway.
Who do you have?
Oh,
Avril
Lord.
Lavigne?
Seriously, though,
She can bench press.
Fluid, all right. There's
She
a
can
fluid
bench
person.
press more than Topple anyway.
That's right.
seriously,
No, I'm
As
Oh.
bad as Zoe Tur.
That reminds me of I want to complain about something.
is that a better audio? Is that a better audio with having that
Much
there?
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you sound good. You sound great.
Man.
You are loud.
Nice job, buddy.
Sounds.
Is that a USB mic right into the computer?
Yeah.
Nice. It's the only way to go.
Here in the U.S., we use USA mics.
I'm getting to the point where I'm going to upgrade this thing, but I'm thinking about getting a better camera. I don't know. This one's all right, I guess, but the new microphone might be
I
appropriate.
dare say that every single
Well,
person in the stream.
Maybe a good shower first, Smokesteve.
Yeah, I was gonna say, camera's not going to make us look better.
Shower, huh? I showered 5 days this week, and today I missed my shower. Fucking guy picks it right out.
Maybe throw on some right guard. Do us all a favor.
Yeah, brush your teeth. Come on. Get back
Oh, I
to
used the water.
basic grooming is all we ask here.
I used the water pick today, baby. That thing is fucking
Get
fantastic.
shaven like me.
I've got a very nasty confession to make. I've had the first shower I've had in 2 weeks.
Oh, don't tell us that.
2
You
weeks.
stink,
I've
you
been in
stink,
serious.
stink beast.
Look, poor Martin.
Dude, everybody at your house have COVID? They can't smell anymore? Is that what's happening?
Oh, Lord.
I've just been in a funk and just not been out.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
But
Yeah,
I had a
try
shower
to keep
about
spirits up. I get
half
what
an
you're
hour
talking.
before the show. I had a shower.
Are you keeping your place really cool? You know, like, I mean, in our Florida winter, which isn't that cold, I open everything up. So in here right now, it's in the mid 60s. You know, and that's why I had the jacket. I still got this jacket on.
It's around about 4 degrees outside Celsius.
Yeah. How about inside? What are you doing?
I keep it about 17 degrees.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm gonna go
70,
convert that. I'll convert that. I'll be right back.
Thanks.
Yeah, here it's about -5 Celsius tonight, right?
Wow.
You know
Oh,
what?
wait.
You know what pisses me off? The Brits invented all the units that we use in America, and then they abandoned them.
Yeah, that's
We progressed to the
Yeah.
to the better unit of measurement.
just under 63 degrees biscuit vapes on Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's perfect. I mean, that's what I consider perfect. I'm being somewhat overweight myself. I love the cool. You know,
Yeah,
in the hot,
cool.
I suffer horribly in the hot. You know, nowadays I just hide in the air conditioning all summer long. But
sometimes the heating just bumps it a little bit too high, so I open front door for a little bit and it lets all the cool in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean you don't sweat. I mean, you can get away with not showering me maybe 2-3 days max.
I think
usually it's every other day is pretty much.
It's a bit
I'm in the
disgusting.
period.
The worst bit is having dead skin
God
on
bless
your
you.
body.
Yeah, and if I feel bad, I shower more if I feel bad. Yeah, showers cheer me up. You know, it's just feeling clean is a nice feeling. It's
I looked at
Kelvin
my
is
arms and I saw like like dead skin all over my
Uh-oh.
arm. That's disgusting. Like,
You use a long handle shower brush to get your back.
I do exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to.
TMI.
It's got little
TMI.
bubbles on the
Do a
side
little
to massage.
TMI. What's TMI?
Too much information.
TMI.
Yeah, that's right. Got the old Morgellons disease. Yeah, because my God, things are crawling around in there.
Irish. It's all right.
Hey, Topple, I understand. You got, there's priorities.
I mean, I don't know if you can see, but it's like I've got like dead skin there. It just won't come off.
Ooh, that's.
Have you tried a belt sander?
Yeah, what's going on with that wrist?
It's like rough skin. Like what you got on your feet. Like what you get on your feet.
No, we don't have that on our feet.
I don't have
The horny skin. His skin is horny.
Yeah, it's like ingrained with dirt, and it's just hard.
Maybe you're mutating into a reptile. I hope not.
Yeah, alien.
Well, that was all up my arm. It was horrible.
Well, keep your spirits up, man. Life could be worse. Yeah. I know you're not having fun in some ways, but try to keep your spirits up. Seriously, I won't quit. I'll quit making fun. It has a serious side to it. What you're saying.
All right, and fresh off of a dinner of he's back. All right, of paella and some tapas. Mr. Cabro!
Oh, he's back. He's back. He couldn't get enough.
Yes.
It's addictive, isn't it?
Buenos dias, Mariam, yes.
You got two greats on here tonight. Lucky you.
Yeah. Me lucky. Incredible.
It's all you.
We're waiting for an update. How was the meeting?
Hello, Cabron.
Hello.
I might have. Nice to meet you, man. I might have come to this a bit late, but you guys do know what that means, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Sorry. I have like a lot of noise at home, and
he was asking us if we knew what cabron meant.
Do you know what cabron means?
Yeah. It's a chili peppers. It's a chili pepper song, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a really good chili pepper song.
Isn't it friend? Doesn't it mean friend?
According to Google Translate, it means
that doesn't mean friend. Doesn't mean friend.
It means what?
Dumbass, according to Google Translate.
Oh, I always thought Cabron meant friend.
Oh.
Because everyone called you Cabron, all your Spanish friends.
I thought it meant motherfucker.
They call me the dumbass.
Okay.
Oh.
See, yeah, I think it's sort
That's
of like
right.
Colleague.
It's a term of endearment, though, when you say to like your best buddy, "Hey, what's up, you fucking bastard," or "dumbass."
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yo, what's up?
Yeah,
That's what I was.
¿Qué pasa, cabrón?
For years, I thought it was a term of endearment, and then I realized
maybe Cabron is actually super intelligent, and his friends call him dumbass just to be ironic.
No. It's really like dumbass. Like, you're a dumbass. Yeah.
That must be it, Biscuit. That's gotta be.
I am the dumbass of the group.
Well, you don't seem like a dumbass.
You must hang around in circles of extremely intelligent people, then.
The Spaniards, man, they're.
Yeah, no, I am very intelligent. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll be do that.
I believe that.
Bye.
Cabron, have you ever had jamón ibérico?
Of course, here in Spain is typical. Like you have paella, you have jamón, you have beer.
That jamón ibérico, apparently the really good shit they feed the pigs like hazelnuts only. That's it, and the meat is like the most beautiful ham you've ever seen in the world. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Hey, do you want that I get like some jam, like jamón ibérico?
Yeah, man, do it.
Okay, I'm going to get.
Wow,
Right.
Okay.
This guy, he's gonna get some ham. All right.
He's going to get an actual pig and put it right in front of you.
That's right.
I've always wanted to try deep fried suckling pig.
This is how fresh things are here.
I was at a pig
Bacon,
roast
bacon,
once,
bacon.
and I don't know. The thing didn't look cooked all the way through. It looked weird as fuck to me.
Yeah, I've been doing.
The fucking fat was not like melting like it should be. I was like, no, I'm gonna get a sub and I'll be back. You know, this looks fucking weird to me.
I've been to both good and bad pig roasts, and you're right. If you go to a bad one, yeah, that's what it seems like. Everyone I've been to was a small pig.
Mm.
Well, suckling implies like this big. It's tiny.
Yeah, as in like.
Oh no, the one
of the mother.
This big at least. Yeah.
No, I'm on about a week old. Like,
oh no, that seems wrong.
We don't know how tall you are.
Oh, look at that! What's that? That looks like
3 feet tall.
I am not much higher.
This could be the same thing as what he's doing over there.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not much taller.
Put a quarter
Steel
up there so we
package.
get some
that
content.
looks like jerky.
Yeah, it looks like hashish or jerky. I can't tell.
No.
They're so close.
It's like not I don't know how to say it. Filete.
Shaved?
Okay.
Yeah. Shaved.
Right, it's a chunk.
No,
It's
we
like-
didn't go to the
Like
regular channel.
prosciutto? No, that's Italian. Never mind.
Oh, that's
Is that meat? Is that meat?
It's meat, bro.
What kind of animal?
Pork?
Pig.
Ham.
Yeah, it's pork. It's pork.
Pork. Like dried? Aged? Cured?
Shrink wrap.
Yeah, exactly. They
Packet
hang it. It's like prosciutto. I think they smoke it. They hang it. I don't know.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know. Does it ever actually get put under heat, or
Show
is
us
it
your
just
hams.
purely cured? I'm not sure about that.
I don't know really the process, but it's like if you go to Spain, you need to eat this.
Yeah.
Eat this. You need to eat this.
What's that? You get like a big leg of of ham, but it's
a big leg.
It's like, but it's like you can have it like you don't put it in a fridge. It's like cured.
Yeah. But this is like you have the leg, and sometimes you can buy it, or the company where you work they give you sometimes in like Christmas present, and they can give you a jam leg, and you can have it at home, and then you can cut it for I don't know to eat it a sandwich or I don't know.
Snort it.
I think this dude's bringing in a bunch of Spaniards. Look at all these Spaniards we've got here.
Oh.
With salt cured.
We've got Andrea. We've got Elaine. We've got Gerard.
I
Wow.
brought my Spanish community here.
Oh my God. You brought them back?
Yes, I brought them here.
Do you know Sabroso Conyo?
Sabroso? Yeah, Sabroso is like it's like delicious.
Well, I have a guy here, Sabroso's Conyo. I think Conyo might be the female anatomy, to say the least.
Steve, say hola.
Hola. Hola. Hola. All right, let's put him on. I'm getting rid of him.
Oh, who's this? Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
I knew she wasn't dead. She's
I don't know. I've got a porn feeling here. I've got a porn feeling.
Oh, let's get him on then.
Yeah.
Are we going to get something bad?
Speaking of Smokesteve, is there any? There has been no word from the top that this show might not continue or anything?
No, he said we're good for now. And,
All right, good.
It's going to continue. I won't miss a beat, dude. I'll get a StreamYard myself, and I'll run it. I'll run it.
What do you consider to be the top? What's the top?
I was just thinking from the top.
What would that be?
The big dog.
You know, the fireman's hat.
Trigger warning?
The fireman's hat.
Yeah. Well, he's shaved head and
the double H.
Okay, but what would be the possible problem with continuing the show?
Well, because he said that he was gonna that was it. That was over. No more trigger warning.
My voice just squeaked. What am I, 12? The tweet from
trigger warning finished, is it?
No. You're not on Twitter. Biscuit. Come on.
I'm thinking this is trigger warning from here on out.
Yeah. No wrong with that.
It might be.
Well,
Apparently, we're big in Spain now, so
Right.
Jesus.
They are talking to you.
You said international, and just like that, you made it happen. Just
Right, putting that in the title, that was
put
important.
that title.
You gone global.
I was thinking seriously recently, like I should take Smoke out of the title.
No.
It hasn't.
Have yourself, Steve.
It
That brings him in.
I don't know. Like
So
I don't know how
what are you
this
gonna
shit
call yourself?
works.
Hemp Steve?
Steve's Pub, Steve's International Pub. No,
That would work. It's up to you, really. I don't
cool.
think it matters. Whatever you feel, whatever he feels right.
no, I'm fucking smoking the whole time. So
Put
it
big in
doesn't
there.
matter.
Big Steve's International Pub.
Yeah,
Big, good plan. See, he's into marketing. Big, that's what you need.
That's right.
Big.
Big Steve's International Pub.
yeah. I don't know how the algorithms work. I don't want to.
It's Steve on TV.
Right.
You know, I don't
Keep
want to
it a
screw it
smoke,
up.
Steve. I reckon-
Oh my God,
I'd really
we're
like to
all
know-
concerned
No
about the algorithm.
Put live and show in there next week and see what if it makes more.
Okay, in the title.
Yeah,
They haven't
seriously.
pulled- No, Bucks Corp. It's still going on. Nothing has been pulled. Everything is still going on. We're still.
Everyone's freaking out that we're off the air next week.
No.
This is the last one? Last show?
Look at this guy's got the nervous
Me
face.
llamo Jorge y no hablo español.
Jorge. Hello, Jorge.
Hello.
Old Mike,
Yeah.
Big Steve's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm George on the sidebar. Cipher this.
Oh,
on the
your
street.
wife's pulling the plug, Smokesteve.
Your name is not Cipher. Cipher this.
That's
no,
an
she's
alias. Cipher this. Yeah, it's an
It's like
alias.
cabron. Alias.
Yes,
AK.
that's right. That's right.
You're
Mine's my real name.
That's right.
Mine
Martin
too.
Gray.
My surname is Bacon.
like the king.
He's actually an insect wearing a human suit.
That's right.
Martin the Great.
I think
Does
Martin's
that mean,
the only one here with
Steve?
not
Does
his
that
real
mean
name.
your plug's being pulled on
No,
the sidebar?
she's just fucking around.
Stop
Okay.
that.
Is she yanking your chain or pulling your plug? I'm confused.
No, she's yanking your chain because she's not pulling the plug. Get me? She's great. Oh, look at all these Spaniards. Man, it's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
I'd like to know, Cabron, I'd like to know whereabouts in Spain you are, man.
Okay, wait a minute. Sorry, what?
Give us a section. You don't have to say your address. Like, say, where.
I only
¿Dónde
say
está su casa?
where's my house?
Yes.
So you're in Ibiza.
No, Ibiza, no. Barcelona.
Oh.
Because I've been to
I
Spain.
know a little Spanish, just a tiny bit.
I don't know if you guys have been.
Un
Have any of you
poquito.
Have any of you guys been to Spain?
I have not.
I have not been to Spain.
I've been to 3 different parts of Spain, and they're all really different. You know, perhaps as looking from over there, you'd think, everywhere in Spain's the same sort of thing. But
My ex-wife
not
came
at all,
from Castilian Spaniards. You know,
Really-
the Castilian.
really cool
What would you call
culture.
that? Culture of Spanish, people
Yeah.
that, in the Philippines. They migrated to the Philippines, and then my wife
I
was from.
know Philippine people. I know Philippine people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Martin, what were the 3 areas you've been to? Sorry,
I
pardon, George.
went to the south
Okay.
coast. I went to the south coast, the Costa del Sol, which is a sort of touristy area. And then I've been to what's it called?
Gibraltar. You really didn't go to Spain at all.
Gibraltar,
No, that's a very different place again altogether. Gibraltar.
Cordoba.
But then I've been to near Barcelona, but I didn't actually go to Barcelona, but it's near there, and that's different. And then I've also been to Menorca. Menorca. I've been to Menorca.
Menorca.
Yeah.
Is that the same as Mallorca?
No, Menorca is
It's next to it. It's next to it.
to the
Okay.
islands, but it's like different places. Are islands.
But all three places were very different. You know,
it's like okay. For example, you say you have the New York state, no?
Yep.
Okay,
I hear
so
you.
in Spain, yeah. Okay, in Spain you have like states, but states, but they are. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to say. It's very difficult. Really, it's very difficult. Because I am not with my language
fluent.
Yeah, I'm not fluent. Yeah, I'm not fluent. So
no, we get what you're saying, man.
But I think you are, dude. You're like right there on the cusp of being fluent.
Your English is better than my Spanish.
Yeah,
you're really good. I think you're doing great.
How many of us know more than one language on this?
I know enough Spanish to get around if I had to order food and ask for a room at a hotel. I could do that in Spanish, but as far as conversive, no, I'm not conversive.
Dos cerveza, por favor.
Yeah.
2 beers, man.
Yeah, cerveza, donde está, baño. You don't need much more. Bathroom, beer, and maybe a little.
You've already told me.
Biblioteca.
Yeah, everyone remembers biblioteca, but how often are you going to go on vacation and ask for the fucking library? I mean, come on, guy.
That's right.
Show me your best library.
Let's get some tequila and then go to the library. That sounds about right.
It probably is okay in their libraries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if there
He's
are
joking, Cabron, about
what if the biblioteca is actually slang for the weed house or whatever?
That's right.
Just a one-letter difference, and you get a different weed house.
Yeah, weed.
Teca.
Well, marijuana is a Mexican word, of course, and they also call it mota. Have you ever heard that, Cabron? To call like marijuana mota?
Yeah. I know what is that.
Yeah, so mota literally translates to pot, right, Cabron? M-O-T-A?
Yes. Yeah, I think that yes. Yes.
So, I'm familiar. Yeska?
Yeah, but you smoked it. You smoked that.
I'm smoking it right now. Yeah, man.
No.
In your travels, Smokesteve, around and about the metro area, do you see, a lot of Hispanic people in the units?
Oh yeah, man. I've got
But
many friends.
Sure. I figured.
Yeah, my bros are all Latin American guys, and they're all awesome. They're all my brothers,
Yep, I hear you. Massachusetts got a good multicultural feel to it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, obviously I judge people only on their merit, 100%.
Yeah, that's right.
And I judge people on their accent.
That's the way it should be. The way it should be.
100%.
Accent.
Life is good.
Cabron.
Good to speak to you all. I was listening to you talking about the politics stuff earlier. Been a bit of a crazy time over there for you guys, I guess. Is it?
Well, here in Spain, we have
I was talking to the Yankees, really, to be honest.
a of communists.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we got that
everywhere.
They do not help.
Always a problem, the communist. Yeah, they are.
No, but they do not help to the enterprises, and are the ones that need to make money to make jobs.
Right.
So they are helping to people, but not enterprises. So it's like shit, because a lot of people is going to be without job, and they're cannot going to pay their home and the stuff that they need to live.
Right. Socialism, yeah.
Yeah, socialism.
Yeah, those are buzzwords. Those are hot words, for sure.
Sorry if somebody is from sharing socialism, but in my opinion, socialism is
no bueno.
No
You're
bueno.
my friend now.
As the years go by, you'll probably be a good businessman.
Let me say this now. Welcome.
No.
Welcome.
Yeah. Aphid socialism, 30 seconds. What do you got?
I'm not a fan of socialism at all.
All right.
I think you should work for what you achieve in life.
Right.
And I
And
think
if you work a little
the cream
harder,
rises to the top.
Yeah. If you work a little harder than the rest, you shouldn't have to pay for the people who come up short.
Right.
Now that's not a hard and fast rule. Of course, we help our society, but that should only go so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what about the people that don't work so hard? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's
Get over the little people.
In all the civilized Western countries, there are enormous, social networks, social service networks, and that's fine. It just has to be a balance. There has to be a balance.
I mean, Microsoft with Bill Gates, he was a big one. He shit over the little people when he was starting out, and basically stole somebody's technology and built it up from there.
Bought it.
Yeah, he bought it.
He didn't just buy it.
He did.
He did buy it, but he swindled the person who invented it.
Right. Yeah,
that's
he
capitalism.
Was an absolutely ruthless businessman. I think.
Yeah,
absolutely right.
I read the story. Yeah, he was. Somebody didn't understand what they had, and he bought it for a.
But I mean, it might not have seen the day of light as soon as it would have if it wasn't for him.
That's right.
Yeah,
there's that truth too. He also worked 24 hours.
Put a couple of thousand in his business when they were like 5 geeks, starting their corporation, their public corporation. You'd be, multimillionaire now.
Billionaire.
Yeah.
With capitalism, though, I don't think it always works that the harder you work, the more you get. Sometimes the harder you work, the less you get.
If you're smart, it does.
6, 7. I'm just going to mute the mic and stop the cam. I was going to log off, but I don't think you'll get up to 10 people, and I got to feed. My cats need feeding, so I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
All right, dude.
See you back.
All right, yeah.
Here is very late. I'm going to
remember to give him cat food.
Sleep.
So I think
all right.
You need.
Hey, Cabron.
Hey.
We'll be back next week, dude. Come back. Okay. You're a good guest.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you online.
Marijuana. Thank you.
You got it. Hey, have you ever seen marijuana before?
Yes.
Oh, so you're a big smoker? You're a big time stoner?
No. But sometimes. Yeah. I know.
All right, dude. Come back. We like you, Cabron. You're the man, kid.
Steve, you're a bad influence.
Bye.
See you, man.
I think
his parents aren't going to let him come on.
We need a happy medium between socialism and
right. Yeah, there's some benefits. The greed of man doesn't play perfectly into capitalism. So
I don't even like using those terms anymore. Socialism and capitalism. I think there are markets, and there are social network, social safety nets. And even the countries that are said to be socialist, like Norway and Sweden and the Scandinavian countries, they're not socialist. They are very much free market countries with very vibrant market economies that have a very strong social safety net. They're nothing at all like
what do you think the
countries.
idea? What do you think the idea of those who earn more should pay more into the system?
They should pay equal.
I don't think that is necessarily true. I think even the way we do it now, even with a flat tax rate, people who earn more will pay more.
Yeah.
And so I think
the way it works over here, I think it's over 40,000, and then basically under 40,000, or they pay like 20% tax, whereas under the poverty line, you don't pay anything. So if you're under 16,000, you don't pay anything. But over 40,000, I think it's like 40% tax rate in the UK.
People don't really. Taxes are very complicated in the U.S. because there are so many taxing authorities. But for federal income tax, people don't realize that the top 10% of income earners pay like 70% of all federal tax that's paid in the U.S.
Yeah.
People think that the rich people don't pay anything and the poor pay everything. It's really the other way around.
Well, not to beat another dead horse with the DT name, but he didn't pay what he was due, did he?
I didn't give a fuck what he pays. I don't want to use him as an example of anything, good or bad.
People at top, they use.
Don't put me on, yeah. Sorry.
They use they get around paying taxes with.
Yeah, they're getting around that because the laws are written so that they can. They just take advantage of legal loopholes that. Don't blame them. Blame stupid legislators that put these ridiculous loopholes in.
But do they put those loopholes in to buy these particular people that have got lots of money?
Some of them are. Some of them are just done for like bizarre social engineering reasons.
Yeah,
it's a mixture. I mean, there are a lot of tax loopholes that are just lobbyists lobby them, and there they are, and they don't really seem to do anything but benefit the people that the lobbyists represent. So it's a
I'm not sure. Martin, you have no sound, or do you have sound?
Vincent Vega.
You have sound. Okay. Yeah, so fucking what's his name there? Topple or Don't Put Me On has issues again with his dial-up internet.
I can hear you, mate. I can hear you.
Yeah,
all right.
You sound great.
Yeah, everyone sounds great.
Yeah, no problems. But I think our buddy there has his issues, so fortunately.
Top
so is my next purchase going to be some headphones? Does that improve the experience?
Hell yes.
Oh,
Hell
man.
yes.
You put some headphones on, and you're just not going to believe how much better this whole show is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Headphones, bro.
We're all wearing
I
them.
agree.
In my case,
when Martin gets the headphones, we'll all have VR headsets, and we'll all be like in the same room as each other.
These were skull candies. These were like $50 on Amazon. Plug-in, no wireless.
Right.
Pretty good. I mean, they're solid.
I don't even have to connect them up to the microphone or whatever. I mean, it's got a thing by the looks of it.
These are wired.
Yeah, headphone jack.
If you're happy with the sound that you're getting from all of us right now, then I wouldn't spend a dime on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the first time I listened to a show, especially when I first talked on the phone with these things on,
Jacobin.
They're unbelievably clear, man. Like any good headphones, like you guys all know, it's just it's right there, Martin. You'll be blown away.
I've got my iPhone.
If they reach, they'll work.
If I didn't have anybody else here with me and I was all by myself, I would not be wearing headphones right now.
And we didn't swear all the time.
That's right.
But also, Martin, if you might run into, if those earbuds have a microphone jack, you might end up bypassing your new microphone depending on how your settings are. Because you have to have your input set to your microphone and your output set to your earphones if you have two separate devices.
Right. This is giving me a headache now.
Right, I know.
Just stick to how you are. You sound good.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
We can hear you, and there's no sound.
Do you live with others, Martin?
Going through.
No.
Yeah, you're all there by yourself. You can pump this up as loud as you want.
Yeah.
Well, not that loud because it'll come through at night, won't it?
Well,
Martin, is that wallpaper or a rag finish with paint behind you? That red.
Which bit? That bit.
The whole red wall.
Oh, that's the wall. That's the wallpaper.
Okay.
That's my table.
And it's
Looks
got
like
a little. dream band across the middle with your painting above it. Okay.
Like
what's next to you? What's next to you? Is that a shelf with some stuff on it? What is that?
That's work. That's my work.
All right.
All guns.
Oh, look at that. What do you got going on there?
That's like a tape library.
That's just my work. It's what I do.
No, but what are they?
This is my office. They're magazines mainly.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's what I do. I design magazines.
My camera.
Cool. Beautiful. Yeah, that wallpaper is funky, man. That rich red. You never see it. It's so cool. Like, so unusual.
Looks expensive.
Right. It does. It looks like
it's
castle,
really
like British, like you'd see it in some like old stone room with like, I don't know, just timbers, and it looks so cool, man.
Like there's actually gold in the mix somewhere in there.
Right. Yeah.
Gold and human blood.
I think that particular wallpaper is available at local wallpaper shop for about
probably.
Yeah, it's really not expensive.
Don't ruin my wallpaper fantasy.
It's true. It's funny as hell.
This wallpaper was free. It came with the house.
Oh, it's amazing, and the walls did too. It's a great bargain.
Yeah, I mean, even the stain. No, actually, that's my sofa that did that.
We lost David. What the hell happened?
I think we lost his camera. His camera clicked off.
Another power failure.
Man, son of a bitch. What do we got going on here? Mike Oglesby is blowing up.
Right for back.
Yeah.
And Cup of Tea is. He's got some great one-liners.
Upgrade from when David left, you see.
Yeah, I think for a while I might have thought Morgan Evans was a woman, but now I think it's a guy. I don't know. Morgan can clarify. Morgan is one of those names that could certainly go either way. Morgan Freeman.
Fairchild, yeah. Morgan
Fairchild. You know,
they don't look the same.
They don't.
No.
You know, to tell you the truth, even though the name Morgan Fairchild is extremely famous, I don't know of a lot of Morgan Fairchild movies.
No, she's mainly TV, right?
Or TV. What is it, like a soap thing?
What was she in?
I mean, Morgan Freeman, that motherfucker was in everything. He's awesome.
Yeah, she was in some 80s or 90s. Something from the 80s, Morgan Fairchild.
Okay.
Which means
Morgan Freeman's probably one of my all-time favorite actors.
He's the man. And
here we go.
You can still hear me. It was just my game.
I could see you. Get your finger out of your nose.
Shawshank,
my battery died.
Phenomenal. Shawshank is a great one.
Shawshank is my favorite film.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Ever.
Bet more over The Godfather?
Yeah, I don't like Godfather. Sorry. It's not my cup of tea.
This is the time when you don't want headphones.
Sorry about that.
I don't like gangster films. It just doesn't.
Too violent?
It's not that. It's just, it doesn't. I like Scarface, but it just doesn't. It's not my kind of film.
Wow.
I'm looking at Morgan Fairchild's videography, and almost all of it is B stuff, and I think it's like straight to movie. I mean, straight to video movies. It's just almost nothing.
Yeah,
almost nothing is. I mean, I'm looking at. There are a lot of them, and the last one was 2019, A Date Before Christmas Eve, television film. Yeah,
that doesn't tell you how big of a role she had. It could be like one.
That's
one
right.
word.
It could be a cameo. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. She was in one of Pee Wee Herman's movies.
What was the stuff she was? The big television she was in the 80s and 70s.
Oh, let's see. I'm looking at it.
Faster. Scroll down.
Sorry, I'm fading. I'm done.
This is Blitz Chess. Come on, come up with the answer, quick! No.
That's right. I'd suck on Jeopardy.
Right. Yep. Morgan is a man, and that has been established.
There's no point in playing Jeopardy now since that robot beat everybody at it.
Yeah, fuck the robot. I like Ken. I like Ken Jennings. I think he's an okay host.
Oh yeah. He was one of the all-time champions.
Yeah, he's hosting it now. He's no Trebek, but Trebek is a legend. So, I mean, you can't judge him against that. You know,
is Trebek still alive, or did he just retire?
Died.
He's dead.
He died recently.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
I won't make fun of that. He was a good guy.
He was cool.
Is Jeopardy a bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No, well, it is a money show but it's like, yeah, it's different. They're not asking questions for answers. They're asking answers for questions.
Right. So they'll
give you an answer, and you tell them the question for the answer.
But they'll never say, yeah.
Like
it's convoluted. They don't give
you
you the actual answer. They don't say George Washington, and then they'll say who is the first president of the United States. They'll be like they'll say he crossed the Delaware, for the War of Independence, blah blah blah, whatever. And then you say who is George Washington. It's
That's why it was such a good show for a AI to go on, because it's not just instant. You can't just program something to just know it.
Right. It would be like he started an international pub on YouTube with a bunch of maniacs from all around the world. Who is Smokesteve? That's how the question is phrased,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's goofy. They make it. It's just a goofy format, but it works.
All right, Mike.
I mean, I've heard of it. It's it's famous, isn't it? The show is famous. I've heard of it. I didn't realise
in the US. I don't know about elsewhere.
I didn't realise.
Yeah, I've only seen clips of it on YouTube.
And Ken Jennings won over $1 million, so he won about between 20 and 45, 50K every show for I don't know how many shows, probably 30 shows straight. Who knows?
It's pretty cool. I watched a lot of that. I mean, it was I think I got busy with other things at some point, but he was just incredible. I mean, he was like a walking encyclopedia.
He was destroying people, yeah.
Yeah.
And when he finally got taken down, it was weird. Yeah, it was almost like
had a bad day. Yeah.
They did a show on an entire analysis of how he actually lost, because he was so good at determining what players were bad at, and he pushed those questions on those players, but he just had an unfortunate round when he lost, that this woman knew these questions and he lost.
He knew a lot. I don't remember a lot about it, but I vaguely remember it. Hank Aaron, Larry King.
Yeah, they died just this week, right? Both of them.
Today.
Larry King looked like a youngster still.
93?
It was shocking.
87.
87, sorry. I don't know where that came from.
I think he was on 93 Wives.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's just
twice a year.
A scruffy old bastard. He was selling prostate, products towards the end there.
He was whacked out.
Right at the end.
Some of his interviews were pretty classic. He had some pretty good interviews.
He was an iron horse, in his business.
For sure. I like personality for an interviewer, but otherwise I couldn't stand it.
Right.
Yeah, he was rough on the wives.
Icon.
Yeah, I mean, he was better than Imus, but he was, in my opinion, I loved Howard Stern. I don't know what you guys think, but I still do like Howard. I love
both. Imus's downfall was the nappy-headed hose statement.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
That was it, man. I saw him go into who's the civil rights lawyer that's so famous, infamous?
Dershowitz?
No, the black gentleman.
The guy who got
lost a whole lot of weight. He's famous. He represented the woman.
Sharpton?
Yeah. He represented the woman who defrauded, the
I don't think he
lacrosse
was a lawyer.
players, claimed that she'd been raped.
Sharpton's
and
not
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Yeah,
Sharpton was not the lawyer.
He's a lawyer, isn't he?
No,
I don't think
the other
so.
guy
Oh,
was the
yeah.
lawyer.
Well, anyway, Imus went into Sharpton's, studio, and I mean, instead of them treating with respect for coming into the studio and having the balls to be there and face the questions, they just ripped him. They just went after him the second he walked in that door. I watched that whole thing. It's like, oh fuck,
Uh-huh.
I thought that he was gonna, actually, heal the rift. No, that didn't happen. Oh, well,
That was Imus.
yeah, that's my memory. I mean, sometimes my memory plays tricks on me, but I
He
think I'm
made
right.
some comment, if you remember, about, I don't know, the Olympic team or a volleyball team. Or
No, it was a collegiate basketball women's
collegiate
team.
basketball team with mostly black women, and he referred to them as nappy-headed hoes.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna guess, because the last 25 years, Connecticut was
Rutgers, maybe. I think it might have been Rutgers women's basketball team. That's I'll look that up too.
Yeah,
You're right. He's right. It's Rutgers women's basketball.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It was a terrible moment for his thinking. What the hell was he doing? Why would he just don't go there?
Well, I mean, it's innocuous in reality.
I don't think it's innocuous. I think it's a nasty, unjustified comment. I don't know where that came from.
I'm worried about the number of tabs that you've got going on site. So you're looking up all sorts of stuff, man.
Well, I mean, a whole community of people thought it was bad, so I guess it was bad.
Yeah, he's not just bullshitting here with a couple of random people. He was on with hundreds of thousands.
And he was big. He was big at the time, and
maybe
he
even
got
a million.
Smaller after that. He recovered after about a year, and he was back on the air, but much smaller. Has he passed away, or is he still alive?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's dead.
He's
Died
gone
last
too?
year.
Oh, okay.
He's gone.
I can't tell anymore.
I know.
It's good that Abe Vigoda's still alive. That's great.
That is good.
No, Abe Vigoda's still alive? Really?
No.
I was gonna say, this guy's a legend.
I'm doing the reverse of what they used to do. They always
I got a bridge
pre-announced
for
his
sale.
death.
Yeah, I'm
That's
telling you,
great stuff.
there's nothing better than Abe Vigoda. Fish.
That's right. He was great.
Oh man.
Hey, it's morning. There are 4 lights.
Hey, therefore.
He was on last week drinking beer at fucking 5 a.m.
Yeah,
And
man.
then at the end of the show, his son came out because he woke up because it was morning. That was so awesome.
4 lights.
Love this guy. Come on if you want, brother.
He's in China, isn't he?
He's in China, yeah.
He's the man. I like this dude. He'll be fucking double fisting 24-ounce Chinese beers if he comes on. It's great. He's funny as hell, man.
Yeah, Dark Sage there has got some pretty good historical analysis. Who knows, Dark Sage? No telling what would.
Let me undrink.
Let's put it up here. Look at the size of that thing.
How did he get more than 200 words? How did he get that in there?
Where's
200 characters.
I don't see that one. Is that in the YouTube chat?
No,
it's on.
It's in the comments on the StreamYard as well.
Oh, I don't see either one of them.
Look for the big one.
I don't see
That's
either
an
one.
interesting question.
It's not on
Oh
YouTube,
yeah, I
it's on
mean
Twitch.
the
it's on
directions
Twitch,
that
that's
entire
why.
countries take, does
Oh, there
depend
it
on
is.
the
Okay.
election processes that occur. It really does.
I predict not much would have changed.
We've had some
There's no way to know.
wild swings the last 12 years.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Sage, it's hard to really compare the two because that's 100 years ago. It's not a relevant comparison, but I don't know. Teddy Roosevelt was the man, but would he be out here with this fucking 45-70 blasting people who were assaulting the Capitol, just fucking firing rounds?
He wouldn't need a gun. He would take a stick and beat the shit.
I mean, he would be out there with a sword. I mean, whatever he could get. That's how it was back then. So, I mean, things are different.
He was shot giving a speech.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever recall that.
The only thing I know about Teddy Roosevelt is that it was played by go on. Fuck. Shit.
He was shot before the speech, and he gave the speech. And
I'm
said,
really emotionally invested in this, Biscuit Babes.
I can't remember his name. He's dead now. Oh, Robin Williams. He played by Robin Williams in Night at the Museum.
I can see that.
Oh, Night at the Museum.
Yeah, they both have that pointy nose. I can see that.
He was tough ass dude. He was shot before his speech, and he went out and gave the speech. The first thing he said is, "I don't know if you're aware of this, ladies and gentlemen, but I've been shot." Anyway, here's my speech.
I didn't know that.
And then he went to the hospital. He was very seriously.
Man.
I believe he came up with the idea for the national parks.
Sounds right.
I believe the Yellowstone was the first one. I think it was under his administration.
And it was his idea to dedicate things to wildlife and wild things, you know?
Yeah.
And, he was a major big game hunter. He killed a
massive
lot.
Wolf conservation on Yellowstone, isn't he?
What's that?
Wolves being a conservation thing to keep wolves on Yellowstone.
Yeah, they're protected.
That's going on. There's people who want to shoot them, kill them,
but they keep the order of the animals in check, don't they? On Yellowstone,
they were reintroduced, weren't they?
Many years ago.
Purposefully.
Because they needed to be there to keep the ecosystem as it needed to be.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough because there's a lot of grazing going out there, and if
I heard that here in the UK we're going to be reintroducing some like wolves and bears or something and deer.
Yeah. You want some bison? We got some bison.
That movie, The Gray, was just off the charts. You know, and how it typified wolf behavior, man. It made the wolves into monsters, man. You remember that movie? It was who's the big guy who played in? He's played a lot of roles. His wife died in a skiing accident, and he's the big guy, Scottish.
Oh,
yeah, or Irish. He's Scottish or Irish. Scottish, I think.
It's not Liam Neeson, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. That's it. Yeah.
His wife was a famous actress too, right?
What's that on the Taken? That famous line of his. I have a special set of skills.
I will find you.
Yeah, that's right. I will kill you. Yep, The Gray. That was the movie about him out in the plane crash. They're out there, and I guess it's the Arctic, and he ends up. It's all existential, super existential movie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it or not. Fairly good, fairly entertaining. The Gray.
Yeah, I don't find Liam Neeson to be compelling. Like
I find him very compelling.
I think if
he does action,
if him and I were to square off, I'd have a pretty good chance. I think I could take him. Yeah, totally.
I don't think you
just shoot for the legs and then take him down. You got it.
I mean,
is that how you judge another man, Smokesteve?
Yes,
basically.
I think Liam Neeson would kick your ass, Steve.
You think
he does all his own stunts, and he actually gets trained by an actual.
Did you see Smokesteve on that trampoline that one night?
I don't know. I bet against Smokesteve.
That trampoline is gone, dude. It's gone. So we got rid of it. We planted grass. Can you believe that?
We still got ours.
We need to arrange this. We need to speak to Hayden, and we need to arrange this. Right? I'll have a pound on the big man here. This man here. I'll have a pound on him. He'll destroy Liam Neeson. He'll destroy him. Look at him.
I mean, my left hook is pretty tight, dude. It's pretty tight. But hey, honestly, I don't like to give away my secrets.
I'll have a pound with any of you.
You look pretty compact and dense. I wouldn't want to get within your left hook range.
Once somebody knows that, if they know what they're doing, they can feign.
Don't Liam Neeson has a particular set of skills.
Yeah.
One of the conservative journalists hated Liam Neeson. I think he was some major anti-gun lobbying that Neeson did. You know, I'm pretty sure that I'm right about that. He's really anti, you know, Second Amendment, if my memory is right.
He would probably not care about the Second Amendment. They don't have that.
If guns were removed from the U.S. populace, do you not think that the country would be in a safer state?
No,
it's not unsafe.
No,
it's the illegal guns that are the problem,
dude.
No. I mean, if every gun was taken away from
the Pandora's box is open on weaponry.
I know it is now.
You're not going to put everything back in.
I'm not talking about reality here. I'm talking about in a fantasy world where every gun was out of the
an agrarian utopia should be where we all are.
Yeah.
We should not be putting bushel baskets on our head, walking around with produce.
Kristen, have you ever been to the U.S.?
I have never been out of my country.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've been in this country for 58 years. I grew up in Chicago, in the city.
Yeah.
I moved to the suburbs. I've been all over the place. I've never heard a gunshot outside in my entire life. In living here. Now, I don't live in the worst neighborhoods. It's true, and if I lived there, I might hear gunshots. But
the statistics show that America is like the highest for gun deaths in the world.
But it's still not that many people, and it's mostly criminals killing their competitors, and this is not a bad thing. It's nothing. It's an internal thing.
All the innocent children.
That's correct, Biscuit Face.
There's almost nobody in a country of 350 or 330 million people. The number of truly innocent people who are killed by gunfire is incredibly small. Most of those are suicides.
In the last 10 years, though, how many school shootings have there been in America?
Well, there's been 50 deaths or 60 deaths in 10 years of school shootings?
No,
I mean, there's
more than that.
At any given day, there's hundreds. There's hundreds of traffic fatalities.
Now ask the same question of the UK. How many?
I don't care.
Have there been in the
You're
UK?
comparing things that don't matter.
It does matter, though.
It doesn't matter.
Every child life matters.
Yeah, every child's life matters, but you can't keep everybody alive. There's nothing you can do about it. You care about the biggest things, and that's where you put your effort. And school shootings are the smallest thing. That's the smallest risk that children face. The biggest risk is from car accidents. That's what kills children in the U.S.
Elon Musk's working on that, wasn't he? Making fully autonomous cars.
Yeah, well, we'll see, right?
Technology's proceeding apace.
Hopefully
the wizards out there, the technical wizards can do it. I hope so. I'm sure not going to be able to do it.
Go on, Martin.
Martin has a statement.
Martin, please.
It's a really interesting debate, this, and because we live in a country where we don't have guns, it seems slightly strange to us. But it's to do with am I right in saying it's to do with the Second Amendment?
Well, I think so.
It's the right to bear arms.
Yeah, but
it's actually about protecting yourself from the government rather than protecting yourself from.
That's what the Second Amendment.
The main thing of the Second Amendment.
There's all different things going on here. But what I mean,
from what I understand, bear arms.
Hold on, Biscuit.
Okay. Let me just finish.
He's invested.
We don't live in that constitution. We don't live in that world. So that's.
You have a big knife problem, Martin?
It's kind of an intrinsic part of being an American to have the right to bear arms. I think.
Yes,
I agree. That is true.
Yeah,
but
so
the forefathers didn't mean guns; they meant actual taxidermy bear arms.
Right. People don't know that. Biscuit does know that.
Of course. If people are
bearing arms, but they're bear arms.
People are bearing arms, then people are going to get killed by bearing those arms, aren't they? So that's just a natural. That's just a numbers sort of game, really.
The bear threat is sometimes very high. That's true.
I think it's a really interesting issue, and like,
sort of.
It is.
It gets worn out after a while.
Somebody mentioned knife crime in UK.
But I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be allowed to bear arms to defend yourself.
Yeah, that's what many people see it your way.
Yeah,
me included. Yeah.
There was a time in my life where I may have been employed in a place where a guy told me $900 for a 9. No, I'm sorry, $600 for a 9, $400 for a 380, $250 for a 22. And it would take about 2 weeks. And that's pretty standard pricing. Those guns would be bought from gang members, turned over to public, and then the gang members use the money that they make off of it to buy better guns. So
I don't understand what you mean by that, Steve. I don't.
No, I've just
I'm not being funny.
I think he's on about the black market.
Yeah, in the black market.
Well, it doesn't even have to be called the black market. I mean, it's totally legal.
Well, yeah,
the black market.
No, that was illegal.
Yeah.
What I'm
in what way though? You can sell a firearm to another person.
In that particular scenario, which I had barely been immersed in, and in a job I was in a lot younger of my days, I could have had any of the guns I just said for any of the dollars I presented, and that would have been in like the back corridor of a parking garage. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is here, where I live in Missouri, you can do that anyway. There's no you don't have to be secret about it. You can just go buy a gun from somebody for $250 and have that gun. There's no.
You can't do it if you're a felon, and you have to buy an illegal gun.
Not here in Missouri. There's no restrictions on buying a firearm from another individual.
If you're a convicted felon, you can't legally.
I don't know if there is
by federal law.
I don't know if that's true.
Aphid just reached to his hip to feel his shiny 45. I saw that.
Sidebar's heating
but
up.
I'm pretty sure that there's no restrictions pretty much on anything. That's my problem. I don't understand why there can't be more restrictions and computer records of who owns what a firearm.
I'm
silly.
sorry, I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
That's all right. It just seems silly to me that see, Mike Oglesby agrees with me. But why there can't like a vehicle, I heard that term, that vehicles kill more people. Why there can't be similar restrictions on firearms as there can be.
There can be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you own as many guns as you want, but I think that there should be some kind of record. That way, if there's some kind of killing, there's some kind of computer record instead of some kind of
Did they ever plug up the loophole, the gun show loophole, or can
no?
Not in all states.
They're still
open.
Yeah, I'm not. I have the weapons.
So
that I
in
have,
Chicago, their problem is
registered, and I go through my concealed carry license. Everything is kosher and by the book.
I don't even need to have a concealed carry. But in Chicago, the problem is that Indiana has pretty much no restrictions. So people go to Indiana, they buy, a whole bunch of guns from these gun shows, and they go back to Chicago, and in the South City, they sell them to the people that want to do harm.
Right.
Gun running. It's basically domestic gun running.
Yeah, they can get like a 32 that's been fired like 5,000 times for like $75.
Yeah.
And go up to the city and drop it for like $275, $300. Right. Easy.
Or they
and
have
the
these
things all chipped and fucked up looking.
Or like here in the city, you can't go into like Busch Stadium and watch a Cardinal baseball game with a firearm. So you leave your car. You have to leave your firearm in your car. So then people break into all the cars and they steal all these guns. We have an enormous stolen gun problem here in St. Louis, where most of the crimes are committed with stolen guns.
Right.
So it's
stolen guns, not illegally purchased guns.
Right.
Because most guns that are stolen are sold.
Right.
It's the same thing, right? The guns can enter the black market in any number.
Right. There was a news report on someone showing how easy it was to buy a long like a 50 cal sniper rifle, and I think it was $1,500. It was the massive 20-mile range chuffing sniper rifle. With
20 miles.
1 mile if you're a phenomenal shot. But
20 miles. 20 miles is a guided.
The scope was this big, a big square, digital scope. It was huge, and it had a big, massive muzzle thing, flash thing on end.
Suppressor.
It's not a suppressor. It was a
silencer, like a silencer.
No. It was like a big metal block with holes in the end, but it was only a couple of inches long. A muzzle brake, I think it's called.
What's the Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle?
I think that's what it was.
That is a big sucking, big gun. It fires bullets like this big.
The guy pulled up and just pulled it out of his boot and put it in a big, massive case. Just because he just pulled it out of his boot.
That's a very expensive gun, though.
Yeah, but we bought it for $1,500.
Yeah.
Good sniper
I don't own any guns because I'm afraid of guns. But my friend, my best friend who passed away recently, he liked guns and he liked shooting, and he had some beautiful rifles. And but I mean they were pretty expensive. But just feeling them in my hand, I could just get a sense of the lethality of them. They were just such finely engineered devices.
That's what they're engineered for death.
Your best bud just passed away.
And usually,
he died.
Death of game, that's being hunted legally.
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah,
it sucks, man. Sorry.
And dress out that deer.
I mean, I've got
early onset Alzheimer's.
I've got three toy guns.
Yeah, what do they fire?
Just plastic
beads.
Beads.
I don't even have those, so you're more violent than I am.
But you have a real one, don't you? Didn't you get all hot and bothered about a real weapon that you were showing us once? You had this.
Me?
Yeah.
No, it's not real. It was painted. All my guns are blue.
Oh,
they're all two-tone.
You are fooling with us.
It's got real action. Like when you fire it, the breech slides back. And
want me to show you a World War II Colt 45 1911?
Springfield?
I've got one.
Yes,
please. 1911.
Yeah.
Springfield or Colt?
No, Colt.
Hold on.
Oh, he's gonna go get his. Want me to go get mine?
Yeah. Let's see the Colt.
Okay. I'll go get mine. I'll make sure it's not loaded.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to shoot a hole in the screen or anything.
No, that'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
45 through the screen. Wonder if it would stay running. Probably not. But if it did, it would be the greatest footage ever.
There was a guy on, and I'm sure Last Dance knows who this is. What was his name? He was creepy guy. He used to be a child actor in California.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down.
He was on Live Leak all the time, and he always made really weird, anti-Muslim videos.
Oh, that doesn't ring a bell.
Anyway, he did a what's it called when you Russian roulette. He did Russian roulette with a real gun. And
that's starting to ring a bell now.
Now, you know who USA 1 is, don't you, Last Dance?
Yeah.
Well, he posted this video and he removed it shortly after he posted it, and then USA 1 copied it and he sent it to me, and he's like, "Dude, you need to." I guess he thought I was gonna do something about it, and he wasn't, So he sent it to me. He copied it, and what was that guy's name? But anyway, it was disturbing, man. He really did put the bullet. I don't see how it was fake. He put the bullet in the chamber, and he said if Allah was real,
the line is missing.
Wanted him dead, that he would, miss on this, and he spun it and shot it. Shot.
Was
his
it
head
like a
with
little 22
Shot
with like
himself?
9 or 10 rounds?
committed
I mean, no
suicide?
matter no, he didn't. He played Russian roulette though on Live Leak, and
He won.
Removed the video.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool.
No, not at all. You would probably
He
know
could
him
have been a
cipher this.
magician.
You would know him cipher this too. He always made anti-Muslim video, and he would always like talk in like the Quran, and he would state the Quran. He made yursays all the time. I know both you guys know who he is. Oh man, he was kind of
I don't
like,
want to guess names.
he was
because I don't
balding.
want to defame anybody.
Well, I think he reposted the video actually. He was
Yeah.
kind of balding. He was probably a little older than I am. He lived in California. Oh, man.
My wife
It
has
must
a
have been a long
guess.
time ago.
No.
Was it Corey Feldman?
You would know as soon as I said his name. You would know exactly who I'm talking about.
Corey Feldman, that's who it was.
It wasn't
No,
the
Lost
guy
Boy.
that did the professorial type. He would put a virtual round sphere over his face so you couldn't see his face.
No. He
that
showed his face.
That was the professor. Yeah.
That was the guy that Rusty,
was all right.
Mr. Rusty.
Yeah, he was all right.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah,
Mr.
cool.
Rusty.
No, not Mr. Rusty. No, I mean, I'm sure I would know.
I
if
can't think
you
of his
could
name,
recall
but
it,
a lot of the videos you wouldn't click on because it would just be citing the Quran and like how it was wrong and everything. But yeah, he totally made a
yeah.
he totally made a Russian roulette video, and it was real. It looked, from what I could tell, it was totally real.
That's like 2 years ago in Live Leak.
It was probably like
Yeah,
three.
yeah,
It
long
was probably
time
like
ago.
3 years ago that this was posted.
In dog
Yeah.
years, it's a few lifetimes.
I've
Well,
been out
anyway,
there for
I
about
inherited
7.
this. This is an inherited weapon. It's my father, brought this home from World War II. There's no magazine in it. This is how you clear a weapon
Let's
like
hear
this.
it. Let's hear it.
See,
Nice.
that ensures you look. You have to look. The chamber's empty. Pull the trigger.
That's
What's
clear.
it say on it?
What? What's it say on it?
Yeah, what kind of gun is it? Do you know?
It's a model of 1911 U.S. Army.
45, brother.
Patented April 20th, 1897, September 9th, 1902. Colts.
Oh, it's a Colt.
PTFA
Okay.
Manufacturing
Colt
Company.
Wow.
December 19th, 1905, Feb 14th, 1911, August 19th. I guess those are patent dates. August 19th, 1913, Hartford, Connecticut, USA. And again, there's
But the sport
no
was the deadlier weapon.
no bullets anywhere around. Not about to get into that and play games. That's the magazine goes in there. I think it holds eight rounds, one in the chamber. It's either 7 or 8. And then again, the slide, you're basically clearing it when you do that. Come on. That's each time you fire, of course, wham! It's ejecting a bullet if it were being fired, and then you see the hammer. The hammer is back, and then you pull the trigger. There's no bullets in there. Bang!
Do you want to click?
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Here you go. Put
Put it in.
Put it in. There we go. Okay.
That thing is sweet, man.
Can't find the gun, but I got too many.
Well, anyway,
I've got the box. I've
enough
lost
of
the
playing
gun
with the
somewhere.
guns. It's always a temptation to play with your gun. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and Alan says it's 107 years old. So, Alan, I'll tell you, I've heard many 45s. When those things go off, it's a fucking explosion, dude.
Yeah.
The round is not that long, but it is chunky. And for a short distance, it knocks anything down that it hits.
I had a gunsmith recondition it. It had never been fired since somewhere around 1945. And I mean, I looked at it and I mean, I sort of, tried to clean it and you could see that it was rusty. And, the gunsmith did have to replace a few parts and,
So was it used during World War II then?
Mm-hmm. It has no special significance. When I took it to a gun show, and when you walk into a gun show, they check it, they put a plastic, prevention device so that there's no way that you're going to be able, if you're going to try to do something weird at the gun show, you're going to have to go through so many steps that somebody's going to see you doing it and they're going to get you. So, I mean, I doubt if that happens at very many gun shows. I've never heard of a gun show, to be honest.
Can you still get live ammo for that gun?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've got I mean, I've got a box.
Standard 45?
I've got 2 boxes, one for range shooting and one for. I got a box of hollow points for.
So it's not obsolete. It's not obsolete. It's still
no. It's a functioning firearm. Yeah, it's not a dummy firearm. It's real.
In fact, on occasion, the special forces like the SEALs and shit will carry 45s. That's part of their what they get to choose on their armaments, but sometimes they still choose that round.
Since we're into it, I'll be back with my actual carry firearm. Just a second.
All right.
More guns. Yeah. So when you say they'll a 45, do you mean it's got that same action thing that he's doing there? That's what you would describe as a 45.
No, 45
is the caliber.
It's the size of the bullet.
It's purely the width of the bullet.
Diameter, yeah.
Yeah, it's the exact bullet. Like we're talking about 45, probably ACP. It's when you say 45, that's it. It's that one pistol. There's many versions of it, but it's that one round.
They all work like that, basically.
Yeah, we're back.
No, that particular cocking back would be any semi-auto, auto loader, you would call it.
Right.
It's not a revolver. It's an auto loader with a clip. So you click it back once.
My favorite semi-automatic would be the Beretta M9R. Is it?
Okay, again on this one.
Oh wait! Before you get into it, I'm about to pee my pants, so I might not be back. In case I'm not, always good to see you guys.
Okay,
take care, bud.
Yeah, you can.
Good luck with your team.
Okay. you can replay. So anyway, this is a Kel-Tec 380, and again, before I got here, I made sure and dropped the magazine and completely clear it. It's very important not to play with. I mean, you have to absolutely treat every weapon as though it's loaded. So again, see, there's no magazine. I've cleared it already. There was a bullet in the chamber. When I carry with the chamber. So the same thing here. Okay, and Kel-Tec, it's actually Cocoa Beach, Cocoa, Florida. It's made in Cocoa, Florida, about 60 miles south of me. Very small, 380 with hollow points. You see the barrel. It's fairly, it's got a fairly good diameter. It's sort of between.
Is that what the class is a lady's handbag gun?
Just about, yeah, just about. I'm not expecting to ever have to use it. And to be honest, the main reason I carry is if a vulnerable woman or child is being attacked by a pit bull. I've actually, when I was conducting my insurance agency, I had 2 different people get mauled very badly by pit bull. One got mauled by a pack of pit bulls. It was a woman realtor out in a rural area, real estate that was in a rural area, and she was assessing the property, I guess, and a pack of pits, mauled the bejesus out of her. She would have been.
How many stitches? Cypher.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, hundreds. I mean, she was ripped apart, and the only reason she survived was a couple of men in a truck saw her. She was on the acreage at the house, and from the road they saw her, and they ran to save her, and they drove the pits off, and then I had a guy it was only about 10 blocks away from where my office was, across the tracks on the in the bad little district, the hood district. But he was a white gentleman, but his own family, he had a relative that had a pit that lost its mind and got him on the ground and wouldn't let go of his leg, and mauled. I don't know how many stitches there were in that. So. It's not out of the realm of possibility that a pit would be the subject of getting shot by me, because it was, going to maul somebody to the point where they were injured for the rest of their life, nerve damage for the rest of their life, or it could kill them. A pit that's out of its mind can kill a child, no problem.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, it's serious business. It's not playtime. But anyway, I treat them with utmost respect. The weaponry, I don't play around with it. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it's something that, I've got a shotgun, for home protection. But hell, I live in a friggin' 55 and over community. Right. 7-8 floors up. Nobody, the risk to reward ratio for a criminal coming to fuck with my residents is just absurd. They're just not going to do it. It would have to be a hit per se, and I'm just not important enough to do a hit on. I'm just some fucking old dude, But yeah, it's I'm not that into firearms. The inheritance was cool. And then the concealed carry is functional. It's not for aggression in any way, shape, or form. It's a purely defensive, tool for me, and I don't consider myself any badder.
The best, with what Smokesteve just wrote there, the best way to actually get a pit bull off you is to shove a finger up its ass.
Yeah, I've heard that doesn't work.
I've heard that. And I don't think Cup's right here, because I wouldn't, if you were getting bit by a pit bull, I would not put your face or throat.
No. Did you ever read The World According to Garp, Cup of Tea? Bonkers bit Garp, and then the retort from Garp's mother is Garp bit Bonkers. Garp the child bites Bonkers, and it's a great line that John Irving, I believe, is the author. Yep. Great book, The World According to Garp. You'd have a lot of fun if you read it.
I've read it.
Yeah, that's good.
If you're
sometimes
big like
a great
me,
notion too.
If you're big like me, grab it by its scruff at the neck and just ram its fucking face into the ground. Moving them.
A large size man, unless it's a more than one pit, one pit can do big damage on you, but you can sort of, save yourself from it,
Yeah.
But more than one, you're in trouble.
Yeah, more than one. That's the problem. If it's one, you can usually run at it aggressively and the thing will immediately cower. But when they're all together, they have this strength in numbers mentality, and they're all doing that quick wag with their tail, and they're just not showing any.
I wonder what he said then.
Any beta signs, they're going alpha. They take charge. They're the dominant, subject in the encounter,
right? And
that's
at that point,
should never be,
that's when you have to go crazy and literally kill one and not hold back, because they're going fucking nuts on their side. Yeah. So
I had a close encounter with two pits and a shepherd at a rural, when I was doing the pool. I think you remember I was the pool service man at one point. I was out at a rural pool, that didn't have a fence, and there was this change pit, and the two pits and the shepherd came and were picking at they were biting it. They were attacking, the pit that was on a chain, and I got them off the pit on the chain. The pool was about 20 yards away, and I came from the pool to stop the attack on the chained pit, and I thought I was gonna. I sort of, really stupid. I sort of kneel. It's like, yeah, it's okay. And all of a sudden, this low growl comes from the nearest nasty, white, dirty, white coated pit. And I put my hand in front of me, and I got up, and I got something. I think it was the pole. The pool man pole. And get out of here, and the three of them, okay, we'll head on out, and they were looking back at me, and I got lucky, that the one didn't immediately hit on me. I would have jumped in the bed of the pickup unless it was got a real good hold on me. I had access to a monkey wrench I could have gotten. There were different things that I could have gotten, but yeah, I was lucky. I was stupid enough to literally kneel down to the dog's friggin' eye level like an idiot. I don't know what I was thinking, and that was a close encounter. I'm getting psyched, man. I'm getting a little adrenaline buzz just thinking about.
I'm gonna load that gun right now.
Yeah, that's right. Load that gun up. Go out and hunt those pits. I bet you've run into them, Steve, in your business. You know?
Oh yeah, many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've only found that if you're alone, just whistle and chirp and shit. Try to become their friend. If that doesn't work, you switch it around and just it's kill mode basically.
Yeah.
It's one or the other, friend or
dominant.
destroy.
Yeah, you gotta establish alpha.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I had a great story. There was one again in a rural area, and I first went out to do this pull, and it belonged at the home, and it was loose, and it allowed me to do my work, and then it would chase me into the cab of my truck. It was a game with the dog, and then I brought biscuits, and it was still standoffish. I'd feed it a biscuit, or two, and it was still standoffish. And what finally won it over was the type of filter on the pool was a cartridge, what's called a cartridge filter. So, you clean a cartridge filter with a jet spray, it has about a couple of hundred fins or 100 fins or so cylindrical. And, you clean the filter off. And I realized the dog was watching me real closely. And it was a jet spray dog, the dogs that love jet sprays. And I made a friend for life with that dog with the jet spray. I'd have the jet spray going, and it'd try to bite the jet spray, and I'd take it all over the yard, and it would chase the jet spray, and it loved that, and then it was my buddy. Yeah. The only dog that ever got me was a friggin' long-haired dachshund. And, there were 3 of them I was doing the pool, and they were in an out, a walled-in, porch that had low windows, and they were I never teased them, if you tease a dog, you can expect it's going to go after you. But I was always nice to the dogs, as nice as I could be, and they were barking at me like crazy. So the owner of the house came home. He lets them out, and they're about 15 yards away, and they're making a beeline towards me, and I swear to God, he goes, "Don't move. They won't bite you." And that freaking long-haired dachshund was like, right on my ankle, little bastard. Oh, that was the only dog that ever bit me. And it wouldn't have got me if the owner hadn't said, "It won't. Oh, don't. It won't bite you."
Well, we can see here that my wife is.
My wife.
It's book time.
Yeah. Okay. It's been
and
fun.
Here's my answer. I'm trying, babe. I don't want to be a jerk.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for tolerating my long story.
Steve, for having me.
Yeah, very nice.
You guys have a great show.
You too, Martin. You too, Biscuit. Last Dance. Everybody on the sidebars. All right, guys.
Take care, everybody.
All right. This is Smokesteve's International Pub, and we'll see everybody next week. Same time, same place.
All right.